Welcome to Trivial Debates.
Welcome to this week's edition of Trivial Debates. We have some awesome new debates this week. Each week, our panelists will be judged and scored on their arguments for facts, passion, and creativity. Our panelists this week...
Dave Mader.
Jeff Mader.
Jody.
Kevin Millard.
And our first female host.
Ashley.
Not really our first, Dave.
We have two fact checkers.
No, we don't. We have Candace playing games on Facebook.
Well, she may be called upon. It's good, you have to...
I've got 1 year open.
She may have to have a vote if Kevin gets...
If I have to vote, I need another drink.
Say hello, Eamon.
Hi.
And Candace has already said her piece.
You're making me burn my pizzas, you jerks.
How the show works, there are 6 rounds plus a speed round by
really
our
work.
top 2 panelists. Movies, television, music, sports, history, and wild card. Top 2 panelists will advance to the speed round. We want people to be passionate about their arguments, but not personally mean to one another. We'll allow you to be personally mean.
That's why I like her.
Keep in mind you can also skip to a new debate by looking at the time indexes in the description and going to the battles that interest you the most. Subscribe to our iTunes feed. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, and Instagram.
Hey, Ash.
Whether you're listening on iTunes or watching on YouTube...
What a cock.
All links and information can be found in the episode description or at our website, www.trivialdebates.com.
We're like 12-year-olds. We're worse than 12-year-olds because he's more mature than all of us.
Oh, yeah.
So.
He's the only one not...
You're not pointing at me, right?
No, he's pointing at his son.
Oh, okay.
You got to admit, though, that looks like... You know what that looks like, right?
Oh, dear God. Your poor child.
No, it doesn't look like that. It's little balls and a... Yeah.
Does look like kind of cock and balls there.
Yeah.
It feels good to have the regulars back. Last week we had a whole new crew.
Yeah, they suck.
I
haven't even listened to it yet, but it was terrible, I bet. Especially if all the Seymours were in there. And you had that fucking terrible Rich Mader in there too, didn't you?
Yeah, he was pretty good. And we had a newbie, Matt.
He's a Mader. He couldn't have been good.
The newbie,
His name
Matt
wasn't Jeff.
Kasumovic.
No.
Okay.
Maybe that means
ready?
Unfortunately for you, Ashley, I think we're all pretty much already drunk.
But I will be.
All right, let's start with movies. What's the worst casting choice of all time? And we'll start with Dave.
In my opinion,
You're wrong.
That is basically how you argue.
And you're wrong. Sorry, Dave.
In my opinion, it's Sofia Coppola in The Godfather Part 3 as Mary Corleone.
I've never even made it to The Godfather 3. The other two are so horrific.
Okay, well, you're not a fan, but I am.
Obviously not.
Okay. To me, The Godfather, well, certainly the first two are two of the greatest films ever made.
Sorry.
So, Sofia Coppola is the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, the director of the films. In the film, she plays the daughter of...
So we know how she got the part.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it.
There was a bunch of other people.
If you want to talk about bad casting...
Blowjobs?
How much...
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, man, you had to throw the incest joke in there.
Well, there is incest in this film, in Godfather Part 3. This is where...
Also in the making of it.
Oh,
sorry.
Hey, you gotta get this show in order.
I'm enjoying it.
Okay.
This will be fun to listen to.
Mary Corleone is the daughter of Al Pacino's character, Michael Corleone, who falls in love with her cousin, played by Andy Garcia. And there's this whole cousin incestuous thing going on where they're making gnocchi.
Why is she the worst? And what is gnocchi?
Gnocchi, it's like a pasta. It's like a potato-filled pasta.
Oh, gnocchi!
Gnocchi, yeah.
Okay. You just said it wrong.
It's okay. It's a hard word. It's got a G in it.
I'm not
Right
Italian.
beside each other. It's tough.
Neither am I.
No, you are not.
I understand that there's the movie, there's a plot, but why is she the worst?
She's not an actress and she can't act.
She can, though, when she's made other movies and stuff.
She's a director.
She's directed movies.
Yeah, but she's like...
She's an established
She's
director.
not known to act, though.
No,
Why
she's
was she the worst
I
in
don't
that
think she was
movie?
that bad in that
because she's everything about that movie would be a lot better if it was played by a legitimate
movie. I
actress.
disagree
Okay.
with that. I mean, like,
It's the point of the show.
Yeah, no, I've always thought.
Would you say you wanted to debate that?
Yeah, no, I would disagree. Like, I know, like, apparently Julia Roberts and a couple of other people were maybe supposed to play that role, but I would have liked to have saw. I have no problem with Sofia Coppola.
Would
The
anybody-
movie sucks on its own?
Would
It has
anybody
something to
else
do
be
with her.
better than Sofia Coppola?
Well, it's just like
Any legitimate actress with training as an actress.
the role was so stupid anyway. It didn't matter.
You could be
You
better.
know, like,
When
I
she
don't-
dies at the end, do you care?
No, but
No.
that's-
She's a-
Spoilers.
Isn't Godfather Part 3 considered a pretty bad movie? Yeah.
Out of all of them, yes.
I don't think Godfather. I think the Godfather Part 3 is the worst of the trilogy, but I don't think it's a terrible movie. But that
All of them are brutal, just so you know.
Kevin's not, Kevin's not a
Don't waste
fan.
your time.
I am a fan. I think the Godfather trilogy.
You have to be in a
is-
horse's
is
head
good.
to watch them.
But she's a terrible actress. She can't act, and she should never have been casted. And she's only casted because she is Francis Ford Coppola's daughter, and it's a terrible.
That's
choice.
a terrible answer.
Okay.
Next.
She was also the only one to be in all three of those movies, so other than Al Pacino.
Yeah, well, she was like playing a baby, and then she was playing like a 4-year-old. Like it's not.
She made an appearance.
If she was really bad, Dave, why
She
would
was really
be in
good
all
as a
three
baby
movies?
that couldn't talk.
She was in all 3 movies, Dave. How could she be bad?
Yeah, she was there. All
Because her
three
dad's
times.
the
She was
director.
She was cast all 3 times. They said we need a baby.
Not as the
What
same
baby
part.
we
Not
need?
only did they cast her one time, not only did they cast her twice, but they casted her 3 times, Dave.
Okay, who's
I
they?
think you're wrong.
Who's they?
The casting people.
Francis Ford Coppola, the director.
Her
You're
dad.
wrong.
Her dad casted her, and when it came to actually playing a real part, he cast his wooden actress of a daughter. Like terrible.
Is she made out of wood?
She's
She's Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
All right.
I'm
Made
done.
of
Move
Pinocchio.
on.
Dave, are you really mad?
All right.
Or are you just
No, that's just what Dave
It's always
does.
nice to
Jeff?
go after a nice.
You're gonna have to get
Dave,
louder
Dave.
for everybody to
Move
hear.
on.
Well, the good news is you couldn't pick a worse pick.
I could.
Okay.
And I did.
You want a worse pick in this category.
Yes, that's right. I picked a terrible movie. I picked 1956 The Conqueror, where they cast
John Wayne as Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan.
I've never seen this, but now
It's
I'm
terrible.
gonna watch
Now
it.
you're the quintessential American cowboy playing.
Oh god damn.
Not only that, but they gave him the
Mongolian?
mustache too. John Wayne with the little.
And he does.
Oh fucking A! I'm watching this later.
No,
Like-
no.
Question: does he talk like normal
no.
John Wayne?
Yes. Wait.
John Wayne couldn't do voices, so he just talks like John Wayne.
We're gonna go get them. Pilgrims. That's fine.
We're gonna go get them Mongols.
We're gonna eat them, eh?
Anybody who opposes the Mongols.
Earlier, I nearly pissed my pants. It was a whole day. I was like, "This is someone made this movie." Then I had to find out who made the movie, and it was Howard Hughes. And apparently, Howard Hughes
Howard Hughes should have been
watched
shot
this
for that.
movie
Aviator?
at the end of his life on repeat. You know how the Aviator's watching a movie
Yeah.
in lockdown? Apparently, this was one of the movies.
Because he loved it that much.
No, because he hated it. Because he was like watching it because he was like, "This is the worst casting decision in the world."
Couldn't they have found like an Asian actor? Like
That's what
couldn't
he
they have got
wanted
like
to do.
Yul Brynner or somebody to play Genghis
Coulda
Khan?
got
They didn't like Asian actors. Remember, they cast David Carradine as a
Anyway.
fucking Asian.
Mickey Rooney is like.
That's only because he can
Chinese
squint.
guy.
They did that, yeah.
They're like David Carradine, squint.
Well,
Okay, you're Chinese. Good.
It's because he's used to
I
joking
think it's
himself.
more hilarious that John Wayne didn't even try to do an Asian character in an Asian way. He's just like, I'm going to be an American guy. And then, like, there's scenes where he's...
I'm gonna be
he's
fucking
like-
John Wayne.
And I'm like, this is not accurate. I was like, this
He
is not...
probably sat there going, "Is this a western? This is a western, right?"
It's a Western in Asia, right? Okay, well, I'm on a horse.
I'm on a horse. It's gotta be. Where's the range?
I have a funny mustache. All right, let's do
Tonto.
this.
Yeah.
You know. So overall, it's rated one of the worst movies of all time.
It's a
you
pretty
got,
bad
You got
movie.
one of the worst casting decisions of all time. You casted American cowboys and Asian in general. Makes no sense.
Jody?
I agree, but he's not as good as my pick. I picked the bane of the Star Wars existence. Yes, we all know him. We all hate him. Not Jar Jar.
Jake Lloyd.
Actually, worse than Jake Lloyd. Can you name him?
A fellow Canadian?
Oh, yes.
He's Canadian?
Yeah, he's
I
from
don't
this
wanna shoot
saga.
myself.
This saga. Hayden
No, he's
Christensen.
Richmond Hill or something like that.
I thought
Yeah.
he was from freaking...
He played on Bernie's hockey team.
Oh, he's from Ontario.
I
That's
can't
even
believe you're
worse.
saying
Oh, yeah.
Hayden Christensen is the worst actor.
Not
Have
actor,
you-
casting decision.
Casting
of all
decision.
time.
Okay.
Having him play, well, he obviously wasn't Darth Vader then.
Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker.
I
there you
agree
go.
with you.
He is by far. I honestly didn't think that you could do worse than Jar Jar as an animated character, but Jar Jar had more feeling in him than Hayden Christensen. He was just. He was.
Fuck all you guys. I liked Jar Jar.
Okay,
Fucking
but Jar
everybody
Jar
hates Jar Jar.
I would watch Jar Jar in Hayden Christensen's place as fucking Darth Vader. Okay, like, come on. He was fucking terrible.
I will give you that, I think Jar Jar is more likable than this portrayal of Anakin Skywalker.
You could have gotten anybody. I could have gotten this guy to be fucking Anakin Skywalker, and he fucking would have did a
Oh, I would have knocked that shit out of the park.
That's right.
Anakin Skywalker.
I would love to see that compared to fucking Hayden Christensen.
What, you think Darth Vader gives a shit
They
about
could
anything?
literally
No.
put a fucking standee of Darth Vader in there for 2.5 fucking hours per movie, and you still wouldn't have known there was any difference.
George Lucas wanted a whiny teenager, and he looked at Hayden Christensen.
And boy, did he get the cream of the fucking crop, didn't he?
Well, this will match.
George Lucas
appropriately.
casted him.
No, like that's,
Oh yeah, so that's
why,
obviously
like,
there's a point for me
he
right
wanted
there,
a
George
whiny
Lucas.
bit, like,
All the Star
teenager.
Wars fanboys that have a hard-on for Star Wars and everything Lucas does, this proved that Lucas was not
I
infallible.
fucking love Star Wars. But that casting choice alone fucking destroyed that trilogy. Not that the first one was fucking anything great anyway.
But they had a chance to save it.
But they had a chance to save it. The storylines were a little bit better for the next two, right? You had the fucking Attack of the Clones, you had the fucking Revenge, and all that. But I had to deal with fucking little whiny, emotional fucking dick knot over there who decides he's gonna just stand there all fucking day and cry. It's like, come on.
I
He
got-
could have got fucking Jake Lloyd and put him in fucking stilts and he would have did a better job.
I have to say that, I think that the best thing about those prequel trilogies is probably Ewan McGregor.
Oh, absolutely.
As Obi-Wan.
Yeah, and Liam Neeson wasn't bad.
And Liam Neeson.
But he was only in the first one.
Liam Neeson was fucking awesome
Yeah.
as Qui-Gon.
Okay, sure. But I think Ewan is better. Or he's,
No.
he's
But if you
No.
look at every casting choice out of the current existing
You're wrong.
6 Star Wars movies,
yeah.
there is only one name that ever pops up, and it's always fucking Hayden Christensen. The fucking guy is terrible.
The point I want.
And the funny thing is, I've seen him in other movies where he's not terrible. Like he was in that Jumper or whatever was it? Was it Jumper?
That's not a good movie.
I have no
It
It
idea.
wasn't bad though. For him, it wasn't
At
bad.
the end of the day, Jody, though, he was a teenage, whiny actor,
Emo
actor.
And you can't tell me you couldn't get 300 other people
No,
that could
I'm
have
just
did that
saying
better.
the director and writer and visionary of the whole universe thought, hey, I really need a teenage whiny guy, and
Canadian.
he fit the bill perfectly. That is
All he
that's
did
good
was
casting.
spend 2.5 fucking hours saying "my lady" every so fucking often.
Oh.
It was so fucking aggravating.
No problem.
And he
lady.
just sits there and he's like, "Yes, my lady. Yes, my lady." And then I'm gonna cry now. That's literally
My
all.
mom
That
was
is the
killed
range.
by
There
the
was good
sand
scenes
people
in
there where he finds out
When he kills
Ruma and all the people are dead. But not the time he kills everybody, but
Well, he kills all the kids.
in the second one where
No, but
It's
that's not
amazing how much
I'd
they
say,
know Star Wars. It's insane.
The final sequence where it's
Oh, you're
Ewan
not a Star
McGregor
Wars
and
fan,
Anakin.
He's
no,
good
you're
in
Star
that.
Trek fan.
And he's not good at that.
No, he's not.
He's not. And
he's sort of good at
No,
it.
he's not.
And you see
Not even
it. You
kinda.
see it based on
This
just the fact that
fucking
Ewan
glass makes me laugh
McGregor
every
is a
time.
great actor. And
Ewan McGregor could stand there and still be a better fucking
Out of
actor.
it without
He could do
bad
nothing.
thoughts.
He could actually wear a fucking paper bag on his head and still play better.
And Hayden and just the dialogue between them, they go, good actor, bad acting, good acting, bad acting.
Oh, you can tell. And the worst thing is, Ewan McGregor, a guy who's actually has a pretty decent resume. Let's face it, even back then.
How do you act when you're getting burned from the torso up? How are you supposed to act?
Okay,
hate you!
But what about the
pain.
other 4.5 hours
pain.
of fucking movie that he was in
It
then?
wasn't real.
Okay, but you were arguing about
Like, yeah, no, I understand.
See,
He's sitting on a fucking thing getting burnt to a
I
crisp.
just
I get
understand
that,
what he's
okay?
supposed to do.
Yeah, he's not gonna do much, okay? I get that. But all the shit leading up to it, like, he's fucking talking to fucking what's her name about how she's fucking pregnant, and he's just like, oh, you're pregnant. No, this is it, actually.
I know
I've
there
done
are
better.
scenes.
Sorry, I showed too much
There are
emotion there.
scenes in some
I
of
showed
the
too
time.
much emotion there. Hold
But-
on, let's see if I can get it better.
He was basically
No, it's okay.
typecasted, though, Jody. Like, seriously, you typecast.
I don't fucking care. And that's exactly what the fucking question was it not? The question was, worst fucking decision.
Worst casting.
Yeah, that was a fucking
This is a
worst
typecasting.
casting.
This is exactly what
No.
the director wanted.
I don't care what the fucking director wanted. It was a piece of shit.
It was a bad vision.
It was a terribly bad
Well,
vision.
he didn't care. He made it.
Anyway, I'm done. It's fucking terrible.
All right, Kevin.
I picked Russell Crowe.
In what? Everything?
Les Mis. In
I've
this
never
steaming
seen
pile
Les
of
Mis.
shit of a fucking movie.
I've never seen it.
Russell Crowe cannot sing.
What's his
And
character?
it's a fucking musical. Why would they pick
Dun, dun,
Russell
dun.
Crowe to be the main
Dun, dun, dun.
character in a fucking movie that is a musical when he can't sing? His singing is like your ears getting kicked in the balls repeatedly. It's the fucking worst.
Isn't he like the lead singer of a rock band or something?
He can't fucking sing. I
He
don't
is.
care if he's the lead singer of a...
Tries to be anything.
Oh, it's the fucking worst. Fucking worst.
Kim
It
Cross
makes you
in
wish you were
that
born
movie,
without
movie,
ears.
that's
It's
where
awful.
He's not a terrible singer.
Yes, he is.
No.
Have you seen Les Mis?
Yes.
Why doesn't that fucking surprise me?
We had to turn this pile of shit off because we couldn't listen to Russell Crowe
He's like-
any fucking more.
He's like a good karaoke.
No, he's
song.
not. He's not good at all. He's the fucking worst.
I don't think he's staged.
He's not fucking
quality.
Anakin, I'll tell you that right now.
he was not appropriate for
Like,
that fucking role.
had
Seriously,
John Wayne
seriously,
play, Asian
you fucking
general.
look how he
I don't know
got
how I
paid.
lose
He
in
got
this
fucking.
situation.
He got fucking paid
You're
millions
the only
and
one
millions
supposed to
of
be
dollars
Anakin.
to do this fucking movie, and literally like a quarter of the way through, you feel bad for him because it's so fucking bad. His singing is just brutal.
It's not that bad.
It is brutal.
Dave likes it.
I would go. So,
I rest my case.
I wouldn't go as far as to say I liked it, but
If you're gonna have a musical, you should have someone who can sing.
they did.
That actor is
Andy
not
Jack-
Russell fucking
they had
Crowe.
Hugh Jackman. They had Anne Hathaway. They had Amanda Siegfried. Or whatever.
Fine.
Oh wow, this sounds
So why
terrible.
couldn't they pick another person that could sing? Is there only 4 people on the
needed
planet that
an
can
old-
sing?
They needed like an older bearded dude that looked like Russell Crowe. And they're like, who were we gonna cast?
playing a Frenchman.
Oh, awful.
I don't think.
Also playing a Frenchman. Fucking Russell Crowe
Australian
playing
playing
a
a
Frenchman. Like, come on.
That's believable.
Singing as a Frenchman. Unfucking real. It's the worst. It's the worst. It's a
not
fucking.
Anakin.
It's a terrible movie to begin with, and fucking Russell Crowe makes it unfucking watchable. Just unfucking watchable.
You had one movie that was unwatchable. I had two. They were both fucking terrible because of that kid. If they took every fucking scene with him out, it actually would have been great.
The second movie is just terrible on its.
No, it could have been
Terrible.
good. Come on, Attack of the Clones. Come on.
Fucking back to
That
Star
could've been
Wars.
cool.
They always back to Star Wars with these fucking nerds.
Rebuttal.
Fuck you and your rebuttal, you little prick.
Rebuttal. They're all legitimate actors.
No, they're not.
These 3.
Why-
Name one good movie that mine was in.
My guy played the same guy every time. They're like, you know who'd be good at this Genghis Khan
I'm
movie?
waiting.
John
Wayne, fantastic fucking
Whoever
actor.
cast Russell Crowe in a singing
But
role should be
only
shot
one type
and
of
pissed
actor,
off.
and that's country actor.
Awful.
Actually, Hayden Christensen is capable of good acting.
Like
He-
what?
He was in that.
Oh yeah, that one. I like that one.
No, you see,
That's
worst.
my favorite.
We're not arguing worst actor. We're arguing worst casting.
And that was
And
a
Russell
terrible
Crowe is a
fucking
decent
casting.
actor who was cast in a role that was not fucking appropriate for him.
They
He
did
must
some
have been
speaking
broke.
parts in that
My
movie.
point is that maybe it wasn't the right part for them, but they were at least actors.
Which is the question.
And they're capable of good acting. And in the case of Hayden Christensen, George Lucas, he was like, I want.
Who fucking cares? George Lucas is a dink.
I'm not done.
Can I finish?
Can I finish?
No!
Can I finish?
No, because you're being retarded.
No. Okay. Hayden Christensen wanted to play the part differently, and he was instructed by George Lucas to play it as.
Well, then that's not a casting problem.
It's not a casting problem. You're right. And with Sofia Coppola, not a legitimate actress, and not
that's
capable.
who he picked.
Yeah, Russell Crowe, not a legitimate singer.
He is a legitimate.
It makes you wish you were born without ears.
I've made my decision.
Awful.
And I'm giving it to Jeff.
Oh.
And I'm giving it to Jeff because
I agree.
your three all looked the part. But his was John Wayne playing a Mongolian.
As soon as you said John Wayne as Genghis Khan, I'm like, fuck it, he won.
I just like the simple fact that people bully you so much, David, and you ignore them. But you remind me of a big bully, Jody. He's screaming at him, and he's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
All right, that's
Kick him in the nuts. He falls down like everyone else.
On to TV. What's the best Netflix original series?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Starting with Jeff.
Oh, me. Okay, so I didn't actually pick a Netflix original series for 1 or maybe 2 years, and then Netflix bought it, and now it is a Netflix original series. So it's kind of strange.
Even though not originally Netflix.
Yeah, it's like Arrested Development says Netflix original on it, but it wasn't originally.
Exactly,
Yeah.
same thing. So
Season 4 is Netflix original.
Yeah.
For them.
So there you go. So same kind of thing. So I'm arguing for The Killing. This is
Never seen it.
terrible.
Oh, really?
Never
I
seen
didn't
it.
even get through the first
I
season
tried
of
it.
that.
It's
And there's a common theme that Kevin hates everything.
I haven't seen it. I need to listen to
The
it.
show is set in Seattle. It is about a girl that goes missing, and then they eventually find her body and figure out that she's been murdered.
Okay, well then show's over. Why the fuck do you need to keep
No,
watching?
but then it goes on and on forever over the same murder. That's the worst part
It
about
does for 2 seasons, and then it changes after that.
Oh,
for the third and
yeah,
fourth
So
season.
is it kind of like Twin Peaks then?
Yeah.
But less weird?
Yeah, but Twin Peaks was
No.
fucking awesome.
Let's
This
do
was a pile of shit.
No,
It was
wasn't.
awful.
No, it wasn't. It's a good show. It's one of those shows that
No.
I got hooked on. I couldn't stop watching. That's why I picked it, because if there's any show that makes you have to watch the next episode, this was it for me. And so I started watching it, and the first season was ends on a cliffhanger. So it doesn't end with any sort of resolution. You're like, oh, I have to keep watching. So you come back for the second season, and the whole season is really builds up to the figuring out who the killers
So when did
are.
Netflix take it over?
They took
The
it over
second
after
season.
the second season.
So the third season.
So now
on?
they own it completely.
And when
Yeah,
did the
the
person who
first
bought
season-
it get fired?
So is it third season on? Is when Netflix did it?
Yes, but
Okay, so you can't talk about the first
yes,
two
I
seasons.
can.
I
They
can't.
own it.
Nope, I can't.
They own it. They own the whole thing.
I allowed it.
And she's God.
She's gone this episode.
This
No,
episode.
she is God.
Oh, Dave, that sounded very ominous. This episode.
So the first 2 seasons and the second season ends with one of my favorite just resolutions, just the way it was done. They show the girl's old tape that she has, and it's all kind of interconnected because eventually, I don't know, should I spoilers or
You're boring me. Nobody's gonna watch it because it's a pile of shit. So go ahead with your
It's
spoilers.
I'm just thinking about how I have to boost
Drink
Jeff's
your Captain.
voice throughout
Giggle.
the editing process.
Drink it.
Because Jeff talks in like this lower register where I'm just like, he's like talks like Harrison Ford.
No, he talks like he's.
Or like John Wayne playing Genghis Khan.
Hey, Pilgrim.
Like, why can't you project, Jeff?
I'm trying to project. I'm
You
not
actually-
like Jody. I'm not angry.
We forgot to actually ask him. Like, are you recording?
Yeah, it's recording.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Anyways,
That's happened a couple times.
One of my favorite endings to a show,
wouldn't
and
ask.
I just love
Not
it.
you,
I think
him.
it's if you were to say Netflix to me, because I watched it through Netflix. That's how I found the show. This is the show I think of.
I tried
And
watching this pile of shit. I could not.
I
It
really
has
got-
fantastic
I couldn't
actors in
even.
it. It has Joel Kinnaman. It has
Ugh.
I don't even know her name, but it's really hard to pronounce, so that's why I can't think of it.
The female cop in it is really
yeah.
good, but
Yeah.
No, she's fucking horrible.
No, I can.
Oh,
No, I've seen her in other
it's
things.
the
but
fucking worst.
I couldn't get
What's the
past
matter with
If
everybody?
we ever have a soundboard for this podcast, that's going to be one of the clips. It's just going to be, oh, that's fucking horrible.
It's the worst!
It's the worst.
Guys.
No, that would be Chris.
That's correct. Yeah,
George,
guys,
Seymour
guys, he's
Seymour.
right. That's
Everyone has their own tagline.
Anyway, so that's why I picked it. That's I think of Netflix. I think of the show.
That's great.
And
Terrible.
It's
All
great. Sends out.
right. You're shit. All
Jody?
right. I picked Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Your shit. This is terrible.
Have you ever watched that shit? It's fucking
Are
hilarious.
these real shows?
They really are, and it's hilarious.
That shit is fucking funny. And I'm talking.
It wouldn't be
funny.
my first choice, and I think I'm the queen of Netflix, but I'm not involved in this.
I could have sworn you're not even in this podcast. Okay, so anyway. I've seen them.
Shit, I was looking that way.
I've done a couple other things to them too. It's
old
basically
man.
about it's obviously.
Did it involve this?
Hey, can I finish?
Come on, no, I'm drinking out of it. Here.
Right between them.
Okay.
Your son.
So Dave, let me set this up for you
sorry.
because you've never seen it, right,
I've
Dave?
never seen it, no.
Okay. So basically, it's about this girl who has been in an underground bunker for 15 years because a minister convinced her through a cult thing that the world had an apocalypse and like the whole world upstairs is destroyed, and she had to live in this bunker. So she finally gets rescued by the FBI, and she now has to live her life. But the problem is, she doesn't know what happened in the last 15 years. So she spends her entire time trying to figure out. She's using like old references all the time, and she has to basically. It's essentially about this girl who just can't be. Like, she's just uber happy, and she just tries her hardest to just enjoy
She's
life.
incredibly optimistic.
Absolutely optimistic. She kind of reminds me of you in a way, Dave.
Well, it sounds like a better show already.
Yeah. But
Her own character reminds you of Dave. That's unsurprising.
it does actually remind... Does it not remind me, like, she's kind of almost like Dave, but in
she's
female.
just so happy about everything.
Yeah, she's happy about everything, and, like, there's one scene where she just realizes that
She loses every debate, though.
she's... Well, that's true. But not every. He won one, but it was given to him because Chris is a dick. But anyway, so, like, for instance, there's a scene where she figures out that she's, obviously 15 years older and she's an adult now, and she got all excited because she can have candy for dinner. That is one of the things. She spends like 2 minutes in the candy store fucking going, yeah, I get to eat candy for dinner, like she's just so excited.
Sure.
Yeah, it's funny, and it ends up going, and she ends up befriending this gay actor wannabe black guy, like huge flaming gay black guy, and also I can't remember.
Like Hooper and Chasing Amy?
No, not like strong-willed or anything. Like
Oh.
we're talking like flaming, and he wants to be on Broadway and all this shit.
Oh, okay.
He's just terrible. And Carol Kane is their landlord, and she's fucking nuts, like beyond nuts. And it's just it's a hilarious show. It got Tina Fey is the one who actually writes it, so she writes it along with, I can't remember the other person's name. I don't know if you know that. But anyway,
Her portrayal
She's the creator.
of Marcia
Yeah,
Clark,
she's
though, is
she's-
fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, fucking hilarious. But and Kimmy works for a rich lady who, like, for instance, there's a scene where she offers her, a beverage out of the, a water out of the fridge, and Kimmy goes, "Oh no, I don't need one," and she just throws it out instead of putting it back in the fridge because she's so rich. It's just ridiculous, but it's so funny. And the show itself, Netflix had such high confidence of it, they gave them 2 seasons before they even saw anything on it. Like, just on paper, they gave them 2 seasons.
Well, guys, this is Netflix, and how much do they really have in the hopper? Come on.
Oh, they got tons of cash.
How much do they have in the hopper?
terms of-
Ridiculous.
Are you
amount.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't have Netflix, but
They made Marco Polo, which is the most expensive TV show
Yeah.
ever fucking made.
Yeah.
They've got a ton in the hopper.
They got a ton of money.
And I've got to say, I'm surprised.
And
that
this
I
is-
picked
why are
Marco
they?
Polo.
Why do they? Like, I don't have.
I was going to, but-
I don't have Netflix. Okay, so I gotta preface
That's
that.
too bad.
Yeah.
You should get Netflix.
You should. It's only $8 a month.
I know.
What the fuck is the matter with you?
And then you could watch Kimmy Schmidt, and you could be fucking happy about it too. It's
You're watching
fucking
Dave.
hilarious.
You can come into the 21st century
It's
with the
fucking
fucking
hilarious.
rest of us.
It's fucking hilarious.
Have you ever watched 30 Rock?
Yeah.
Do you like 30 Rock?
Yeah, it's
Then you would love Kimmy Schmidt.
well.
It's funnier than
went
30
in.
Rock, in my opinion.
I went in.
He went in.
Yeah, but if you watched more than one episode, like, did you watch it
I
on a
think
regular basis?
Unbreakable is like 20
I don't
times
feel like
funnier.
It
Netflix
is, but it's got a lot of the same people from 30 Rock.
It does have a lot of 30 Rock.
I don't feel like Netflix is respected as a legitimate TV as much as like.
Really? I thought you liked The Flash.
Well, then you
Really?
are living in
Because-
1995, my friend.
What's that word
It has-
legitimate mean? Like it's not real?
They are
Or-
more legitimate.
Not-
Every artist wants to work with Netflix because Netflix gives them money and then goes,
Do
go
what you
make
want.
your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can respect that, but I just feel like Netflix.
They have more artistic freedom.
Maybe
They
it's
make
Absolutely.
maybe like the,
Every fucking
maybe the
artist
rest
has to work
of
with Netflix.
TV and like Hollywood and all that stuff has less appreciation for Netflix, or perhaps they see Netflix as a threat.
This is my new
It's a
podcast
threat.
cup.
They see it as a threat.
It's an awesome
Yeah. So maybe that's what I'm picking up on. But
But anyway, to get back to the actual
I'm
point.
surprised you don't have Netflix because Daredevil is on Netflix.
Yeah, Daredevil's all on Netflix.
I haven't seen
The-
Daredevil yet.
The show.
What do you
This
see?
is
All the
Netflix
Flash,
original.
CW.
So yeah,
CW
CW is great.
CW's terrible.
They've
You
got another-
think that Netflix isn't legitimate, but you're like CW is fucking
Yeah,
great.
CW's the shit, but Netflix, fuck them.
Legends
Jesus
of Tomorrow.
Let's not
fucking
bash the
Christ.
CW.
I will bash the
I love the
CW
CW.
all day long.
Supernatural, fuck you.
CW.
Anyway,
I don't mind Supernatural. I'm not
Supernatural's
gonna
my
bash it.
favorite show.
it's a great
Other
show.
than that-
It's fucking hilarious.
Eh.
Every time I sit down and watch that show, I chuckle hysterically at that.
Especially during
Not
the airing
even
of
2 minutes.
grievances.
2 minutes
No,
worth
not
of that show, and I'll still laugh my
Oh.
ass off.
Right.
It is fucking hilarious. From minute to minute, there's always something fucking funny about that show. No.
No.
Oh, that was talking about
Give me
Supernatural.
shit.
No, I'm talking
I
about
thought
that
he
show.
was talking about Supernatural.
But anyway, so that's my argument.
But I think you're right
Okay.
about Supernatural. That it's
Supernatural can kiss my ass.
Absolutely.
Supernatural is for girls.
Do I go to a convention?
It's not. September, Toronto, Supernatural Convention.
They're expensive.
They're
Holy shit, I just saw Nerd Beam go between the
Nerd beam.
All that matters to me is that Misha Collins will be there.
Who's Misha Collins?
Cass.
Who's that?
Cass, he's an
Yeah,
angel.
look at them. They both did the same faces.
Is it a guy? Is it
Yeah.
a guy? Then why are you
Well,
getting excited?
He's a guy, but he speaks in a low voice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why.
Yes, he's a very low voice guy.
Have you noticed that Jensen's voice is getting lower as the seasons go on too? Like
Well,
he
it was
keeps
already
getting
pretty
lower
lower.
and
Did you ever notice that nobody gets a shit?
Cares.
Kevin, you gotta edit this out. Kevin.
Dean.
No, he's gonna leave.
All right, I picked Orange is the New Black.
Oh, come on. It's way overrated.
Oh, it's a fucking great
Way
show.
overrated.
You don't
Great
watch it,
show.
I don't want it.
It's overrated.
It's fucking great. I don't know.
That's your argument?
Yeah, pretty much.
At least we got that out of the
No,
way.
it shows
Okay,
all,
Dave?
all these women in a women's prison, and
And a minimum
and
security.
how they got there. But it deals with issues of transgender. It deals with issues of how prisoners are treated, especially in this last season where the prison has been taken over by a private company and everybody has to eat fucking slop and shit. And what I find awesome about this show though is the main character goes in the first season as this doe-eyed, kind of afraid, scared woman who barely committed a crime at all. She was caught smuggling drugs for a girlfriend of hers and goes to prison. And now she's, in the third season, running the fucking prison. She's become such a hardcore criminal that she's running a scheme in the prison, selling dirty panties to perverted old men outside of the fucking prison. And that's a
But why would you
commentary
even bother?
on what,
Because like
that's a commentary
in
on
Japan,
what
you can just
prisons
get him
are.
out of the fucking
But
vending
it's
machine.
a fucking
She's
commentary on what
classified
prisons are
Because it's
like. You go
prisoners.
in as a fucking minor criminal and you come out as a hardcore criminal. It's crime school. It's not
Sorry.
what? Are you laughing at my cup,
No, she's trying to drink out of a can that isn't open yet.
dumbass?
But not only did she didn't just try it once, she tried it twice.
But it shows
have
all
you ever
these
had
women,
it?
and most of these women are in jail for minor crimes that are really totally minor crimes, and they all
It's a minimum
come
security
together.
prison. That's what it is.
They're not bad.
But they all come
No, but
together,
there's
and they
murderers
all
in it too,
become
though.
yes.
Yeah,
Is it
Red
Yes.
is a murderer.
Is it just because it's women's prison
There's
that they
And
restrict?
the
There-
black one
there
was
is
a
a maximum
murderer.
security
Wing.
close.
But at the same
No,
time,
close.
it's
Like,
a
there is, but
it's a great drama, but it's also a fucking great comedy. Like it's
Still gonna pick
funny.
I
that.
tuned out after like 7 episodes. I couldn't keep going.
I
with
couldn't
it.
even watch that many.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, I fucking
I
love
watched
it. I love the whole
You
thing.
know what? I couldn't
I
stop
watched it
watching
all, but-
My Choice to Killing.
Fucking
I couldn't stop
bullshit.
watching.
Yeah, but the problem is
Have you
nobody
gone
else
yet?
did.
Went episode to episode.
2 episodes, and I was like, "This is shit."
I might date
It's worse than
Dave
Russell
if
Crowe.
if he says what I'm
It's
thinking
worse.
about.
No.
That's
David, I
not
might have
worse,
to
but
go to
it's bad.
There's some good actors in that show.
That's all I got.
Dave's is
I'm
going to be terrible.
No,
at it.
no, I'm telling you right now, if Dave picks what I
He doesn't
think-
have fucking Netflix. How the fuck is he gonna pick one?
It's like a House of Cards.
Yeah, somebody already did, so it's got to be you.
House of Cards. I'm disappointed.
House of Cards is good.
I'm advocating tonight for House of
I'm
Cards.
disappointed.
So
No
was
Kimmy
yours.
Schmidt though.
House of Cards is a
Got it.
fantastic political thriller drama featuring Kevin Spacey and...
Have you actually seen it?
Yeah. Well, first
Okay.
2 seasons, I've only seen the first episode of season 3, so I'm not completely... And I heard season 3 was a bit of a flop.
I liked it.
There's
but-
a better political one that's not Netflix related though. Like it's not Netflix original, but I'm just
House of Cards is features Kevin Spacey's Frank Underwood, at the beginning of the series, a House of Representatives congressman who, from a Democrat from South Carolina, who gets slighted to becoming Secretary of State for the new presidential administration, and then goes on a Yago-like Shakespearean mission to not only take down the president who slighted him, but to rise him to power. He is a fantastically evil
Dave's been
and
into the
maniacal
encyclopedias.
character.
It's so cute when he starts quoting encyclopedias.
This is all from Dave. This is all me.
Encyclopedia of
He
Dave.
is.
the Wikipedia Dave.
We should have a David.
Wiki Dave.
I think one of the most
Wiki Dave.
Wiki Dave, yeah. One of the most memorable parts to me is
It'd just be about ring colors.
Kate Mara in the first season. How
Okay, explain to me something, okay? And I'm not trying to fuck you up here, but Kate Mara, how is she considered an actress? She doesn't fucking act.
She's good.
She stands there.
She's good in that.
She's the fucking Hayden Christensen of that fucking show.
She's pretty bad.
She's terrible.
No, she's pretty hot.
I don't care if she's fucking hot. She's terrible.
That is how he rated acting. No, she's pretty hot.
It was like
She's pretty hot.
picking his favorite Saturday morning slow jam. He's like, yeah, I picked Darkwing Duck because the singer's hot.
Yeah, the Darkwing Duck one, for the record, is probably the best one they do.
I do.
No, fucking DuckTales.
Oh,
No.
actually,
Dog-
DuckTales is the one.
DuckTales, I didn't like that
So
singer.
Really?
Are you
Terrible
fucking
show.
kidding me? She
Oh,
was
I
amazing.
loved it.
What show?
She's not hot, but she's amazing.
I haven't seen it.
I will,
It's very good.
I heard it wasn't good.
So slow.
It's very
Boring.
we
good.
can have that as a different debate one time.
You know what's boring?
All right.
House of Cards.
Yes.
House of Cards was fun
Jody
to
and I
watch,
tried to watch
I've
it.
fallen asleep.
but it
Yeah.
is slow.
Watching House of Cards.
You know what? It
slow.
demands a higher intellect.
Can you
And pay
do
no
me a
attention
favor?
to these.
Higher
mouth
intellect.
breathers.
And you're gonna argue you have a higher intellect than me?
Jody,
Okay, you're
forehead.
talking to my fucking twin,
Drive
number
me
one.
crazy.
You know what? I'm Pisces' sister with her too.
There you go.
Thank you.
He's a
Uh,
I'm
not the
disappointed
same
in
way.
all your
Pisces
answers.
sisters.
We can be the Pisces triplets.
You're so queer. Sorry, Amy,
Um,
your dad's a queer.
Oh,
Okay,
Pisces.
well, in terms of a critical acclaim and awards, House of Cards has knocked it out of the park. Robin Wright as Frank Underwood's wife. You got Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, she's a bitch and it's terrible to watch.
It is.
No,
I agree. She's a bitch.
It
and
is.
It's terrible
Well,
to watch.
she's a bitch. Her character's a bitch, but
No, but she really is
But-
a bitch.
You just watch it like.
And Kate Mara does nothing but sit there and pout.
Yes.
yeah, and you have sex with Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No,
oh,
I
how
should-
lucky is she?
Oh, I should have done that, but
I'm lining up for that
Is it
one.
good sex? Like, is it HBO level sex?
No,
No.
show the sex in there.
Oh, no.
they don't show
No, there's no.
There isn't
there's
even
no
like
sex.
slap and tickles.
What I
It's probably
like,
just
my
straight
favorite
up.
quote from the series is like when he just comes over to get like a romp on, and he's like doing it from behind, and she goes, "Oh, is that all you come for?" He goes, "You know, everything's about sex except for sex." Quoting Oscar Wilde, "Sex is about control," and just kind of saying that that's what I kind of come for, and just kind of like having
That's
this
kind of sexy, though.
nefarious-
I agree with that line.
nefarious character, just putting these crazy, outlandish.
Kate Mara
She's
is
out
the
there.
only actress I know who can honestly look like she's not getting laid when she's getting laid. It's that. It's like watching a standard. It's watching like no, honestly, she comes off as being like a fucking inflatable doll. She's got like
That's why she's the Invisible Woman.
yeah, she's definitely fucking invisible. She's fucking terrible.
Only one.
It's a
New
terrible
one?
show.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm
terrible.
not even
show.
gonna watch that piece of shit because that's.
It's not that it's okay.
How much
sorry.
does
I
mom
enjoy
like
it.
House of Cards?
The
Jeff?
only
Okay.
out of all
Okay,
of
your
our
mom
picks-
likes
Dave's
it.
mom likes House of Cards. Clearly, that's the winner.
I have Netflix and only Netflix, and the only show out of all of our picks that I can't stand is your pick.
What?
The Killing.
Jeff's?
Oh, 2 episodes, and I
Never
was
seen
just
it.
like, I'm out. This is
You
shit.
don't like murder mystery shows though, do you?
Sure I do.
So
This
what's
one
wrong with
sucks
this?
ass.
Why? Why did it suck?
Because I couldn't watch it. I don't know. I didn't fucking look into it that deeply because it was shit.
This is coming from the same guy that just said he couldn't watch Godfather and get through the Godfather.
Because it's brutal.
It's only rated as the best movie by pretty much everybody that watched movies.
Everybody that's an idiot. It's
I couldn't
fucking
get through
brutal. It's brutal.
I'm not saying you guys, but the people that rate movies, people say one
It's
of the
not
best
even-
movies of
it's
all
not
time.
even the
They
best
say this one's kind of
gangster
up there.
It happens to be true.
Not even close to the best gangster movie. Not even
Goodfellas is a
close.
better movie.
Oh, Goodfellas.
I
or
could-
Casino.
Casino. great
For the
movie.
time of when that movie was made,
70s, yeah.
there's nothing else around it that even touches it. It's Godfather.
It's so watchable.
Well, there was there is totally. There was tons of boring movies during that time.
Okay. My pick.
I'm between you two, so why is...
How?
Oh, here he goes.
Where's Frank
Now he's gonna
Underwood?
get his little fucking knickers in a fit.
Why is each of your shows better than the other?
What did he pick again?
Orange is the New Black.
Nothing memorable. Here, we got House of Cards.
Mine doesn't have that Piper bitch in it.
She's the best part of the show
I
because
don't even watch
Oh,
this show.
fuck it.
she's the best
It
part of
is
the
nothing
show.
but a fucking lesbian soap opera. That's all that
She's
fucking
awesome.
show is.
She's the best
It
part of the
is.
show because she's the one that
Kimmy Schmidt
changes
is
into
about
the
fucking
fucking
funny.
something
It is
Dave
about
would have
fucking
Into
raw
the
humor.
fuck off.
It is about fucking innocence. It is about stupidity. And it is fucking hilarious to watch. I can watch every episode of that show, and within 2 minutes of every episode, I am fucking laughing. I'm laughing my ass off. Orange is the New Black, it took me 3 fucking episodes, and I still didn't really get that far into it.
Oh, I laugh at
You
that
don't
show all
understand
the
lesbians.
fucking time. It's
Like,
Just
yeah,
the
it's got
situation-
lesbians, I'll give them that. But, like, they're in prison. And not all of them are hot. Like, and going by Dave's vote, that's
well, they don't all have to be hot. It's not a porn.
It
It's
should
a fucking
be.
TV show.
Then I would watch it more.
Like if you watch like the other prison drama Oz, it's pretty much it's kind of a porn.
That's like a gay porn.
I watched Oz. Oz was pretty good.
Oz
Gay porn soap opera.
Oz was way
Gay.
more hard than this.
The only thing I can say is
Yeah,
Orange
I
is the
was
New
like,
Black.
it was
Orange
hard.
is the New Black deals with fucking issues, and Kimmy Schmidt is just a fucking
Fucking hilarious.
I don't
just
know.
a joke.
It's
It's a
fucking
joke. all the way
hilarious.
through. It's all about setting up for the fucking punchline.
No, it's
But no,
not.
Kimmy Schmidt
There
is
is
actually
so much subtle humor in that fucking show. It is disgusting
Yes, it's
how
all
subtle it is.
setting up for the punchline.
I think
There's not-
the best thing about Orange is the New Black is probably Captain Janeway as Red.
Yes.
Yes, Red is fucking amazing.
Okay, there, you Star Trek nerd. Anyway.
Point for Dave. I'm gonna go with Jody because I think he had the best argument.
There you go.
Truthfully, I watched Kimmy Schmidt
I know
two
you
times
do,
in a
you
row.
bitch.
Two times in a
The
row.
2 times I watched Kimmy Schmidt, I literally watched it all the way through in one day.
Me too.
Cheers,
And then
fucking
watched
hilarious.
it
Jody,
all the
Jody
way
goes
through
to me
in
the
one
other day. Have you watched this? And I'm like, yeah. Have you watched this episode? Yeah.
I watched the whole
Have you
thing.
watched the
watched
next
the whole
episode?
thing in one
And
day.
I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I watched the whole thing in one day. It was pretty
I
funny.
don't have time to watch it in the whole day.
We're on to the music round,
He's
guys.
got his jazz hands going.
Tighten up them wrists, Dave.
Spock's laughing at you.
All right, greatest cover song of all time. Jody, you're up.
Johnny Cash, Hurt.
Oh.
What do you mean, nope?
Who did he cover?
Covered 9 Inch Nails.
Oh yeah, they're big.
Okay,
You
so
said I might be driving home
Jeff's not
today.
even drinking and he's drunk. Where's
I
his
was
drink?
not drunk. I was just fucking.
He's been drinking.
He's been drinking.
Where? In the closet?
Everywhere. Anyway,
everywhere.
Johnny Cash takes a song that was done by Trent Reznor of 9 Inch Nails.
Terrible song.
And makes
Not
it
a
worse.
terrible
No,
song,
a great
actually.
song
Makes
that
it
makes
amazing.
it worse.
No, it wasn't worse at all.
Makes it worse.
If
And,
anything,
and
he made
if
better.
you'll shut up for a minute, I'll explain it.
You don't
You
need
bearded
to.
bastard.
I've heard it.
Anyway,
Makes it worse.
I've
Whatever.
never heard.
Worse.
Never heard it.
if it was
listened
worse,
to all
why did
of your
Trent
hits.
Reznor say that he thought it was a better version of the song? And that is proven. So,
That is proved.
Well, he's
well, I'm
wrong.
not allowed to bring fucking notes anymore. I would have fucking did it.
This is science.
Bitches.
Yeah, science, bitches. Anyway.
It is sorry that tries that.
I'm the only one
So a
that gets
song
to
that
say there.
arguably could be about heroin, okay, but it's never been totally said to be, even though, let's face it, it's probably heroin. Johnny Cash, this is the last song that he actually did record before he died. But the thing that makes the song powerful is the fact that he takes it. He doesn't really change any of the words except for one word because he didn't want to. He was a very God-fearing guy. Changed one word in the lyric to not offend God. However, the song itself it portrays the emotions that the original song intended, which was essentially, I'm a fuck up and I'm going to take you down with my fuck up. Like, that's really what it is.
Johnny Cash is also a Pisces.
Oh my
How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that Johnny Cash is a
How do you
I
follow
just
that?
want to give Dave a point for that. Look,
Not how do you know that?
I haven't even
Why?
given anyone-
Why are we giving
Why
him
do
a
you
point
know
for
that?
a
I
useless
haven't-
piece of shit
I just
answer
like
like
to
that?
point out I haven't given anyone points for anything, but I'm giving Dave a point for
So
bringing
realistically, it
in-
doesn't mean anything.
Points don't matter.
Points don't matter.
I'm
Okay.
saying, like, we should
Just
be
All right.
Pisces proud.
So let's try to sum this up quickly.
Unfucking
What he's done is he's taken.
Pisces proud. What the fuck is the matter with you?
He's
The atheist who believes
This
in
is the
fucking
man drinking out of the
astrological
penis cup talking
signs.
to you right now.
Amen. I'm surprised you came out as normal as you have. Anyway,
I love Dave.
clearly.
Unreal.
Me too.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
all right, catfish. Catfish. All right.
Pisces good, Johnny Cash.
I'm a Pisces too. Can you let me finish now?
You're a type 1.
I'm a type 1.
You're a second level Pisces.
Whatever the fuck
bitch.
that means, but anyway, I'm a type 1. Okay, so Johnny Cash took a song that had a lot of decent emotion in it to begin with. Trent Reznor obviously was the one who sung it originally, and he wrote it. He took it, and I think he took the exact same song, but reiterated it a different way to make it
Made it
not
worse.
bad. No, he didn't make it worse. He
Worse.
changed it. He made it different. It's not that the original is any worse for him doing it. They're two clearly distinct versions of the exact same song, which is truly what a cover is, right? You shouldn't have a cover that just tries to emulate the same song. That's not really a cover, in my opinion.
I agree.
All right. So with that, look, I got an agree out of it.
Oh, I agree because my choice is way fucking better.
Well, we'll see. But anyway, he took the song and made it almost like, it wasn't really about drugs or anything. It was just about how much of a dick he is and how he affects other people. And it's a very emotional song. You can really hear the emotion coming out in it, especially when he sings it. Trent Reznor obviously has his own emotion to it as well, but it's not the same. He's taken a song that, lyric-wise, he hasn't really changed, but he's made it mean something different. And even Trent Reznor in a bunch of interviews has said, he took my song, the song that I made just writing because, it was about drugs, and he says he made it into something completely different, but yet didn't change anything, which is what he respected about it. And just overall, and then if you watch the video for it, the fucking video is pretty emotional. It's basically him, sitting at a piano playing, but you're seeing clips of his life and his, interactions with his wife and stuff like that. And, this was right after his wife died that he recorded the song as well. So you got that kind of emotion in there as well. Just overall, it's a sad song, and it's done in
The
a different
saddest
way.
song maybe ever written.
Well, no, it really wasn't, but it's a song that
Worst cover.
it was a drug song that ended up turning into this guy's just a piece of shit and he causes issues.
When did he record? Did he record it after
awful.
June Carter died?
Yes.
So it was kind of like related to the fact that he was alone, and he died like a few months later.
He died like 2 months after that song was recorded.
Yeah.
It was the last one.
It was the last one he ever recorded. It was also the last video he ever did.
That's a good argument.
And apparently even
No, it's not.
Even I can't remember
Why
the
does that make it
director
a
of the
good
video.
cover song because it was at the end of his life.
No, it's a good cover song because it's a good fucking cover song.
Yeah,
he's
if you were
he's
a
taken a
Pisces,
song
you'd
that
do
was
this.
one thing.
Okay,
And
apparently not because
he's made it-
type 1 anything.
He's made the song his own to the point that Trent Reznor actually wrote off the rights to the fucking song to give it to the estate so he could continue to sell it. That's how powerful he's done that song. He's taken the song, he's transformed it into what Trent Reznor originally intended it to be into something slightly different, but didn't really change it, which made it even more incredible. It's just how he sung it, how he perceived himself while he was doing it, and that's what just made it a really good cover. In my
I
opinion.
knew somebody was going to pick this fucking song. Is it my turn yet?
If
Are we ready? Are you done? Is it
All
my
right,
turn?
It's your turn.
I knew
Let's
somebody
hear
was
his
going to
glorious
pick this.
fucking-
I knew somebody was going to pick this fucking song, and I agree that a cover song should change the song and fucking maybe
Well, it should
even
be- it should be a different
improve
version
the
of it.
song. Fucking Johnny Cash Hurt doesn't fucking do that.
Sure it
Doesn't
does.
do that at all. It's the same song sung by a different guy.
No,
and
it's
the
done with a
only
completely
reason
different set of
people
emotion.
fucking think this is a great song is because he was near death.
I agree with
No.
Kevin.
It's the only fucking reason people like this.
He
It's brutal.
wasn't dead when that song actually got
He
popular.
was
but
he was
everyone knew.
near death, and fucking that's the only reason people like this song.
I think it's a great
My
song.
fucking pick is also Johnny Cash. Rusty Cage
Oh, that's a good cover.
fucking takes a rock and
That is a
roll
good
song, turns it into a country song, and improves it. Fucking improves
The
it.
song's called Rusty Cage.
Rusty Cage by Soundgarden.
Yeah, Soundgarden did it.
Improves it, and oh god, this song is so fucking amazing done by him. Every time I listen to this song, the first thing I fucking do is put repeat 1, and I listen to it 4 fucking times because once just isn't fucking enough. It's awesome. He takes it and takes this song, this mediocre song, makes it the fucking best song ever, and that's what a cover song should do.
It was the best
Hurt.
song ever. I would have
Hurt.
by now.
Fucking is the same song. It's the same. He sings it the same way. It's a different voice.
He doesn't
obviously.
sing it the same way.
He sings it exactly
No,
the
not
same
even
way.
close.
Exactly the same way. Rusty Cage is completely
I've
fucking.
heard
Rusty
it.
Cage
song
is
I
definitely
never heard
different. I'll
this
give you
song.
that.
I know it's not as popular because he wasn't dying when he fucking did this cover.
He technically
Everybody
wasn't dying
loves
then
her.
either.
He was.
he
Fucking
wasn't.
everybody
Nobody
loved
knew.
her because he was a decrepit old man dying.
He's at the end of his fucking career.
fucking
Yeah,
dying.
absolutely.
And but that's why
wasn't
everybody
dying at
thinks
the
that's
time.
the greatest.
I feel like with Hurt, it was
But-
like the video that kind of made
It was,
that.
of
The video
course, it
definitely
was
made
the
it better.
Did
video.
Hurt get popular before or after
Yes,
his death?
Before,
Before?
It was
Yes.
before his death. Absolutely.
but he was the reason, and well, you're right. It was the fucking video.
Now, did he
It was
get
the
more
video.
YouTube hits after he died? Probably. But
No, it was popular before
Well,
he
it
died.
was popular
before he
I'll
died.
concede
YouTube
that,
around
but
before he even
Rusty
died.
Cage is not a matter of what is more popular. It's a matter of what is better, and Rusty
Yeah.
Cage is a fucking better
I will
cover
admit, Rusty
song.
Cage is a good
It's
cover.
a better cover song. It takes a mediocre song, makes it a fucking great song. He just turns it. He takes this kind of complex composition and turns it into fucking him and a guitar, and the song loses nothing. It loses nothing. It actually gains something from that, from this master taking this fucking mediocre song and bringing it right down to its simplest form and singing it. It's fucking incredible.
Alright. Dave?
Well, thanks, Jody.
Titus Andromedon.
For me, like when I think of a cover song, and
You didn't pick Lady Gaga, did you?
I did not.
Fucker.
It wouldn't shock me if he did,
I
though.
picked Glee's version. Bad Romance.
No, if you're gonna pick Bad Romance cover, it's got to be Postmodern Jukebox.
Oh, what was I thinking?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'll just get it out of the way so we can get this part done. I picked.
That's how good your pick is, eh?
No, it's good. I think it's the best pick so far. All Along the
You're wrong.
Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, fuck off.
Let's get this
Fuck
part.
off.
Let's get the fuck off.
Alright,
out of
let's
the way.
hear it.
Maybe if I want to be bored to death.
Yeah, no kidding.
Are you fucking for real? Like, are you? Is this just gameplay? Like,
No,
No.
it's awful.
this.
It's an awful cover.
It's an amazing cover.
It's an amazing. Not only is it an amazing.
Not
cover,
if you are born
but
with
it is-
ears.
It is the iconic version of that song. All Along the Watchtower. When you think of it, you don't even think about the Bob Dylan version. You think of the Jimi Hendrix version first, right?
Right.
You know, every
I
time
do,
I hear the Jimi
and it's
Hendrix
awful.
version, I think, wow, this isn't the Bob Dylan version.
No,
I
you're
get
right.
disappointed.
You're right. Actually, I do think of the Jimi Hendrix version, and I go, "Wow, that's awful."
But you think the Bob Dylan version's good?
No,
No, Bob Dylan.
You just don't like the
is terrible to
song.
begin with.
I don't like the song. I don't like Bob Dylan's version, and fucking Jimi Hendrix made it no fucking better.
It in fact made it better.
No better.
Jimi Hendrix wants
He's telling that. It made it better. No, it didn't. That's the whole argument.
Jimi Hendrix is one of the greatest guitar players ever, undoubtedly.
Good
And-
for him.
And
he still couldn't
and
rescue
he is
this piece
forever
of shit.
associated with that song. That if anything, that is the one song other than maybe Purple Haze that he's associated with.
And he couldn't rescue it.
It's not even his own song. All Along the Watchtower is a Bob Dylan song that he covered and made even better. And if you go back to Battlestar
The
Galactica...
U2 version of that.
Ashley hasn't watched Battlestar Galactica, so good luck.
Yeah.
Some episodes.
In fact,
That's the worst part of Battlestar Galactica, by the way.
Where is it in Battlestar Galactica?
Well,
Oh,
originally
Jesus
it was
Christ. You're not... No. Are you going to watch the show? Because please don't ruin it for her.
Okay. Are you going to watch the show?
I am.
Okay, I can't ruin it for you.
Okay.
But I can say this without... it was a song
But
written...
it made it into a pop
Wrong. The song...
show, like a popular
The
culture
song
show.
is
The song
very heavily
was written
used.
by the
Okay.
Cylons on an ancient Cylon world long ago.
All right.
Okay.
No, I thought it was Bob Dylan.
No, Bob Dylan covered it because it was implanted in our. It's implanted.
Okay, Dave loses.
It's implanted in our DNA
But
because.
if Cylons became humans, then
Fucking U2 covered that fucking song, and they did a better job than fucking Hendrix.
Give me a
U2's
break!
version.
Give me a break!
U2's version, though?
No, have you actually heard that fucking version?
U2's version on Rattle and Hum is fucking
I'm gonna
awesome.
tell you why I haven't heard
I'm
the
with him
U2
on this.
version.
I've never heard it.
Because
U2's
U2 is the worst
U2
band
Look,
ever.
U2 is pretty bad.
Anymore.
I
I'm
would
sorry.
listen to Britney Spears before I would
Okay.
listen to
U2 is pretty
But let me
bad.
explain to you.
But all
you.
their
Let me
version of
explain
All
to
Along the
you.
Watchtower is a fucking best
No,
version you'll
I
find.
hate U2.
Okay,
best
let me
version.
explain
I
something
hate
to you.
heard
U2
it,
more
but
than
that
I
is
hate
very hard to believe.
Okay.
Bob
Let
Dylan.
me just quickly explain something to you, Chris Seymour. Okay, your opinion doesn't fucking mean shit. Okay, there's supposed to be a debate.
It does.
It's a
because
fucking
I'm
debate,
a
and it's about
judge.
who debates it the best, not your fucking opinion.
Okay, Ashley, I want to tell you something. Every week that I'm with these two.
You lose.
Okay.
Which is all the
and I'll tell you what happens.
Hey, who has the most wins at this table?
Don't fall for this trap. I give my answer. Of course, it's one of the greatest answers ever because that's the
Even your son laughed.
Your son's like, he's so full of shit.
But and then these two say, "Oh no, we don't like that because they have tastes that are bad." Okay.
No, because we have taste.
bad
Okay,
taste.
you're
I don't know what song.
You're talking
Kevin
to the
was
woman
talking
who
about.
married him, and you're saying that he has bad taste.
Yes, he does. Just for the record,
But not over his
You're
right
welcome.
choice.
Dave lost his point.
No, he lost 2. He's got -1.
You all the one that had a point. You said, "Oh, fuck that up."
You're Dave.
these two are like, "Oh no, we don't like that because All Along the Watchtower, great song."
Because your song is shit. That's the point of the show.
Watch your face.
Can you say some of the songs?
Sorry, what was that again?
And your
Remember
cover
what?
was better.
If you were an actual fucking Hendrix fan, you'd know that what you just did with your air guitar was actually wrong.
I'm right-handed.
Why
He's
is
a
that?
left-handed player. that
I'm
played
right-handed.
guitar.
I quit. If I'm gonna play the right-handed
No,
guitar,
you're not representing. Fuck you. Can we hear Jeff now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not done.
Okay. Go.
All Along
Passion right here.
All Along the Watchtower, greatest fucking song, maybe
Done
ever
by you
written.
two.
Not by fucking
Way better by you
Done
two.
by
Way
Jimi
better.
Hendrix, one of the greatest guitar players, singers, musicians of the '60s, all time.
I don't know what yours is.
And improved upon the
But it
original
came
in a
ahead.
great way. In the fact that he made that song iconic with himself, and Bob Dylan's like,
tried.
Purple
it
Haze.
is a
Box
surprise to
Lady.
people that song is a cover. Legitimately, people do not know it's a cover
Daddy.
because they're not.
Because they're uncultured sacks of shit like yourself.
Daddy,
Next.
Daddy,
It's
Daddy,
an
can you sing a bit of that for us?
Awful. No, he can't. Please,
There must
no.
be some kind of way
Christ.
out of here," said the Joker to the
YouTuber.
This is
If you
worse
had,
than having
if you
reaction
had,
to Family Matters.
if you had, but that was a fucking
Family Matters
terrible
is
choice.
a piece of shit. And we
If
all
you
know
had
it.
picked the U2 version, I wouldn't have fucking given you such a hard time. But Jimi Hendrix
Are you
version
for
is
real?
fucking
Oh, you
terrible.
criticize the Jimi Hendrix version. I
Yes.
can't believe you would do that. That is the classic. That is the staple. That is the basis from which all covers are judged.
No, it isn't. You fucking momo.
All right, I'm chipping in $20. Let's get him later.
How every cover is judged? Are you fucking kidding me?
You're dumb.
No.
I'm gonna go to Jeff.
Thank God for that.
Finally.
I picked
Jeff's like, I don't even care anymore.
I
I just
picked
want to go home.
Joe Cocker with a little help from my friends, the Beatles cover. From
One New Year's theme.
That was pretty good.
Oh, it's better than his fucking choice.
It is not better than mine. No,
Yes, it is.
We want to,
But it's certainly a better pick than Kevin's.
we want to talk about a song.
No
here
way.
That transformed the song into something new and something completely different than what it was. It was a Ringo Starr. What would you think if I sang out of tune?
I still like the Beatles
And they
version
and they changed it. And I personally like the Beatles version more. But I'm a
That's a burn right there.
Burn.
But no,
You
I
hurt
agree with
yourself.
that. That's just my personal.
You just hurt
opinion.
yourself.
Most people. No, it's not hurting myself. It's just that's just my personal. What would you
do if I sang
I
It's punch you in the
considerably
face.
of all the Beatle covers
Would you
I think
stand up
ever.
and walk
This is the
down
only
the
one where I go, well, that's actually pretty good. And like it's actually really good because it's completely different. He uses orchestral choirs.
Anything's better than the Beatles. All right.
I'll
Here we
try
go.
not to
Beatles are great.
sing out of key.
I like the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Beatles are great.
I
And the
don't.
way
I like.
Okay.
Well, though U2 does a
They-
Beatles
even
cover.
the Beatles-
They
Jeff,
we're
Rattling On.
Stop
Helter
bringing
Skelter
up
is
U2.
fucking
Can
awesome.
I
Helter
talk?
Skelter's pretty good.
That's a good album.
Can I
right?
That
finish?
was a good album.
Can I finish?
That was even better when you watch the live one.
Okay, I'm not finished.
Jeff's not done.
But I'm sorry. I just figured all the Maters were already out.
No. Joe Cocker.
Look at this guy.
And he liked himself some Beatle covers. He did Come Together. He did some other, I think, Lucy in the Sky and stuff. He did lots of covers of the Beatles. But
Can we all admit though that
Come
"Lucy in the
Together.
Sky" was a fucking terrible song to begin with?
Yeah.
And it
Along
didn't
with
need a
most
cover.
of the
No,
Beatles
the
songs.
song's
No.
great as
Oh,
the
sounds
cover.
terrible.
Does Beatles have like 8 good songs and about 200 shit ones?
Okay. His credibility is shot. Come on.
I didn't say that. But I think "Lucy in the Sky" is a terrible fucking.
My
song.
credibility
Lucy in
isn't
the
shot.
Sky,
I'm
so-
right.
There you go.
But that's
It's-
he's not arguing Lucy
yeah,
in the Sky.
I'm-
No, I know.
With a little help from my friends.
I just wanted to get that out there.
Yeah, just the way
The Joe Cocker version
he
was good.
changed the song completely around. It's not the same
It's
song
no
as
Hurt,
it was, and that's what
Yeah,
makes
right
it the
there,
best
right there.
cover. You guys all pick songs where literally it's just like different guys singing it. It's not different.
No,
That is
No,
not-
no, no,
All on the
no,
Watchtower
yours
is
was the
not just
same.
different guys singing
No, it
it.
isn't.
You know that. And you know the
Oh,
guitar
it's a guitar
is completely
solo.
different.
That was right.
No, if you want different, Rusty Cage, fucking Johnny Cash.
What is this song?
I've never even heard
Completely
this song.
different.
I've never heard his song either.
Can you sing a bit of it?
Because you're both maters.
No, I'm a big music fan. I've
Wait,
never heard
are you
this
saying
song.
that my family
kinda
is
sucks,
automatically
honestly.
dumb?
About music, yes, I am. Sorry.
As for
But the Great Millard made her feud over
Look,
music.
seriously, he picks Lady Gaga. Lady
No,
Gaga.
not in this episode.
Seriously. No, but he has.
Yeah, but Lady
But you
Gaga has
have.
some good music.
It's better than some.
Jeff's never done that, but you have.
There's a chance for
She
you
does,
still.
right? Like there are certain
There's a
Lady
chance.
Gaga songs that you want to belt out, but I think you're all wrong. So
You're
There
right,
you go.
Candace. You're right about belting out the Lady Gaga.
no, but I think you're all wrong in what you've done tonight.
Dave
Lost
running
that.
around in his underwear singing Lady Gaga. Yeah, I imagine that
What would
happens.
you say?
What would I have picked?
Yeah.
I would have picked one of two songs. I would have picked Burning Ring of Fire by Social Distortion, or I would have picked, you don't even know it, Dave.
No, so it's disqualified.
Yeah. and I used to be a DJ,
Okay.
so I know a lot of music. Or I would have put the Cranberries song Closer to You which is a remake of the Carpenter song.
I would have picked.
Both terrible choices.
I almost picked Elvis's version of Bridge Over Troubled Water.
Oh my god!
Fucking Christ.
I think you're gonna have to chip in more than $20
I'd
to
just
get you
like to
laid.
say, I've made my
Yeah,
decision.
you know,
I'd like to
I'm
say that
sorry.
I'm disappointed that nobody picked Marilyn Manson and 9 Inch Nails do
Oh,
Like
I
a
never
Virgin.
thought of
That would have been awesome too!
That would have
I'm
been
giving
pretty
the point to Dave.
Music continues to be my dominant category.
That's fine. I think he had
Education in music.
a great
Argument about
argument, and he was passionate.
You know what they
And
fucking argued
passionate
against me?
things.
Well, I've never heard it. That's their
Yeah,
fucking
but
argument.
I'm sorry, but that is the worst cover to pick because nobody knows it.
Exactly.
But it's the best cover. Fucking
I don't
listen to
actually.
it.
No, I did. I just did it again because
It's
I was like, no,
fucking
I'm sure
amazing.
that I am wrong about that.
Okay, sports. Who was the best sports team for the individual year or season? Kevin's first.
Yeah, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, tell us what your sports pick
Sprinkle
is.
us.
Bust us with some sports knowledge.
Sprinkle us with sports knowledge.
Show us your sports knowledge.
I will,
Sexy
I
bastard.
will do just that, you fucking asshole. I picked the 1919 White Sox.
The team that fucking...
The Black Sox?
The
White
Black
Sox.
Sox.
No, they're the
White
Black
Sox.
Sox.
They're called. It's a
Okay.
nickname.
Okay.
The
They're the Black Sox because they threw the whole.
the only
Oh, yeah,
reason
yeah.
that
Okay.
anybody knew a fix was on is because they lost. Fucking everybody at the time was like, it's a foregone conclusion that the fucking White Sox are gonna win because they're the fucking best team. They're the best team ever. They had all their fucking players were top of the fucking league.
They brought them all back for Field of Dreams.
Great fucking movie. Point for Kevin.
Thanks, Dave.
Way to go, Dave. Way to fuck it up, Dave. Good job.
And they lost the series. But what makes them a great team is they could fucking
Kevin
they
Costner?
could they could
In a cornfield.
Did you know that Kevin Costner holding a gun makes the gun look less dangerous? It's crazy. It's fucking weird.
It's true.
True story.
It's true.
It is true.
It is true.
Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
That's
But
such a
I
compliment.
just thought I'd put that out there. I don't know that they were. Like I said, the only reason anybody knew a fix was on is because it was a foregone conclusion that they were going to win. They're the fucking best team. There was fuck, I don't know. I've been drinking since noon. This is fucking sports.
Funny enough, that's how he ends a lot of the
Really good
podcasts
baseball
ever.
players, but ended up cheating and get thrown out of baseball.
Yeah, they cheated
Oh,
and
I
got
know
thrown
the
out of
story.
baseball, but the only reason they were able to cheat is because they were the best. If they weren't the fucking best, nobody would give a shit if they cheated.
Right.
Nobody would care. Nobody would
That's
ever
what made it
remember
so,
them.
that's what made it so lucrative.
If the fucking Cincinnati Reds at the time had cheated, nobody would even know it because they weren't the fucking best. They were fucking nothing compared to the White Soxes. They had tons of fucking great players. They would have won that series no problem. And they were such a great team that they could lose a game when they wanted to. They could fucking win a game when they wanted to. It was all up to them. It wasn't up to the other team. It didn't even matter what the other fucking team did.
Mm-hmm.
They got to decide what they wanted to do.
But they got the blemish on their record.
Of course, because fucking Charlie Comiskey didn't pay them shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
They were underpaid, but that was not just them. That was all players.
And now we
They were
have
underpaid.
overpaid fat fucks playing baseball. All
Look,
because
it
of these
wasn't
guys.
just
Good for
all
them.
players.
What's happening in the
It wasn't just all
forward?
players. Charlie Comiskey, here's a little fun factoid about Charlie Comiskey. He wanted them to fucking pay for their uniforms to be washed. He wanted them to individually pay that. When they refused, he said, "Fine, I will do it," and then docked their fucking pay. That's the way this guy ran a fucking team.
That was
And-
indicative of like a non-union
So
labor.
these guys, they
kind of
did
a-
cheat. No, it was never proven that they cheated, but come on, they cheated. We know.
It was
we all
never
know.
proven that Shoeless Joe Jackson cheated.
No, it was never
But
proven.
the rest
that
of them were proven.
Nope.
That's
The
what
Never.
team was never, but the people
Never.
The Rothstein guy there.
Never. They
was it Rothstein.
they
from,
went.
like,
It was Rothstein, and they all kind of
This is
admitted
about 5 minutes
cheating.
into me not caring.
They all admitted cheating, and then the fucking tapes were lost
Shit
forever.
about this, Kevin.
So there's no.
for sure.
So
but
there's no
Pretty
no actual proof, but come on, yeah, they all cheated. Let's
they
admit it.
lost. They cheated by
But-
losing though.
Are you talking about the 2004?
They lost, but they could lose a game, win a game. It didn't matter. It didn't. That's why they're the best. It didn't matter what the other team did. They got to decide
It was
whether they
like,
won or not.
and they basically turned it into pro wrestling.
What the fuck are you talking
Oh, it's
about?
like a-
Nobody was wearing a tiger suit or anything like that. Like I don't
That
know what
was
the
the
fuck
one
you're
thing.
talking
Gotta
about.
say a
It's pro wrestling.
And you won for that.
You need to dock him another point.
Oh, my versus the tiger.
Anyway, I'm
because
done.
the dog is
I'm
the tiger.
done. My argument is they it didn't
None of them
matter.
had any streamers hanging
Why
from
they
their
were
muscles.
why they were the best is because it didn't matter what the other team did. They
Guys,
got to
guys,
decide whether they
It's
won or lost.
basically the
That's
ultimate
it.
warrior, but
Done.
orange, black, and white. What do you think?
All right, let's move on to
Dave.
Dave.
Okay, I got this locked up. 1972 Dolphins, undefeated football team, won all 18 games and took.
Yeah, well, they only have to play 18 fucking games. That's not much of a feat.
That's the sport.
Yeah.
That's the nature of the sport, and it's
Do
all
they still
we
only
accept.
play 18 games in football?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously?
It's fucking brutal.
They play once a week. Do you know how hard it is to play football? No, you wouldn't.
Why wouldn't she, you sexist asshole? All right, Dave loses.
Next one.
He's at like -10 now, isn't he?
No, they don't let.
How hard it is to play
There's
football.
one
With
point,
what?
so it didn't
80
matter.
fucking players on a team? It's that hard to play football?
There's no women's football. That's what I'm saying.
There is.
There is women's
There
football.
There
It
is.
used to be that lingerie. league.
Lingerie football doesn't count
Why not?
because it's not a real sport.
But
Tell
why is
the
it harder
girls
to
it's
play
a magnificently
one
awesome
game
sport.
a
Sounds
week
awesome
than
to me.
3 games a week?
What's that?
Why is it harder to play 1 game a week than 3 games?
Because it's more physically grueling.
Then 3 games a week.
I feel like my whole argument is predicated on defending football.
Okay, no.
Okay,
just
go.
I'm just asking because if there's anybody
That's
at
hard.
this table that knows less about sports than Kevin, it's me.
Football
Saying.
is a bunch of guys smashing into each other, getting injured on a regular basis. If you've ever done a fantasy football pool, you will know that your guys are going down.
That's like asking her if she's ever done a fantasy Jesus pool.
Okay. Like, football is the
Hey Ash, you remember that one time when you we went to Bible camp?
One time at Bible camp.
Funny thing is, I fucking did
It's
that.
the rough.
I never did go to Bible camp, but you know what I did go to? Band camp.
Band camp. Oh my
Oh,
Kick off.
What was
god.
your instrument?
Saxophone.
One time at band camp.
Anyway, keep going.
That old
Why are they
fucking
the
chestnut.
best team? Undefeated for 18 games.
Yeah, well, it's never been done
Mine was
since.
cello.
It's never been done again.
So I'm
Or
assuming
before
they
then.
won the Super Bowl.
They did.
Okay.
So they swept it. They went. Nobody matched them in the sport.
Dolphins. They can't even breathe underwater, dolphins.
Are you actually falling for this?
No, but
How
that's the
lame.
greatest argument ever.
They made fun
You
of
picked a team that's lame, dude.
They can't even. You picked a team that can't even breathe underwater, and Aquaman can control the shit out of them any fucking day.
No, he can't. No, he can't. And this
Fucking
is,
Aquaman.
Oh shit! Here we go. I'm about to.
Way to go, dick nut.
he can't control marine mammals. Okay. He can
Oh,
only
no
control the
mammals?
Fish.
He can't control dolphins.
Wow, he's
He
really
controls
serious
dolphins.
about that.
That's
too.
bullshit.
Really?
Why should he be able to control the mammals?
That's
sure
bullshit
about
because
that? I think you made that up.
I don't
like
know. I've seen.
I'm
I've
pretty
seen
sure if
covers of
Aquaman
him-
wanted to ride 2 flaming dolphins, he'd go for it.
No, but he
Like-
doesn't ride a dolphin.
Sorry.
He rides a seahorse.
All right.
Seahorse is a.
It's a fish.
Yeah.
It's not a horse.
Well, maybe
No,
he's
but
right. I don't
I've
know.
seen
Anyway, let's get back
Aquaman,
to.
like-
That's interesting.
Hey, little
What
known
did you think
fact.
about Aquaman?
They can change sex too, by the way.
I wasn't
Or
actually.
seahorses.
Seahorses.
I wasn't actually
Yeah.
expecting the argument to go
Oh.
that direction.
So-
I was just
No,
making a
it's-
ridiculous
Hey,
comment.
he got a point for
Okay.
bringing up something useless. Why can't I get a point for
So-
that?
Let's get back
It's
to it.
sad.
1972 Dolphins, undefeated in their sport, won the whole championship. It's an untarnished record to this day. No other sport can touch that because in every other sport you have lost. This
Also, they play more than 18
This-
games in every other sport.
it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
I
it
play with
Matters.
my balls
Matters.
more than 18
Matters.
times in a month.
doesn't really matter.
Yes,
And I
it does.
consider that a
Because
sport.
every
Point
team,
for Jody.
I don't even know what he said. Every team, regardless of sport, has the opportunity to win every single game. There's nothing
Yeah.
preventing that.
Right, but you can't go undefeated if you play 300 games a fucking year.
Yeah, you can.
But if you play.
There's nothing to prevent it.
Please, are you fucking kidding
There's
me?
nothing to prevent it. There's nothing to prevent
Sure
it.
there
18
is.
fucking games.
Probability fucking prevents it.
On a long enough timeline, probability would dictate that it's possible with the right set of circumstances.
No, it's not.
You're a fucking idiot.
You guys are idiots. What's to stop you? Every day you go out there.
Did you see
Is
it?
it
you
easier
play
to
that
win?
game, right?
Dave, is
You're
it
gonna say
easier
that
to
that
win
was, like-
18 games or
Dave,
300
you're a fucking
games?
idiot. You're
Which is easier to win?
18.
18 games. So it's easier to win 18 games than it is to win 300 games.
That doesn't change my point.
162. That's how
For what? For baseball?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
There's
just
nothing.
picking numbers.
play
I
a lot
don't
of
give a
baseball.
shit.
There's nothing
They
to
do
prevent
play
you from
a
winning
lot
every
in
baseball game.
baseball.
But
though.
they also sit on their ass and do
It's
nothing.
pretty
for
much
half of it.
impossible.
But they
No,
kinda
it's
do
not
that.
impossible.
Yes, it
It is
is.
very possible.
It's not
Like-
very possible.
No, they don't
It's
do that.
highly fucking improbable, which brings me
Well,
to
it's
our
okay. Fine.
choice.
Fine. If we want to define it as highly improbable, improbable is not impossible.
No, it's improbable.
But the
why there's
72
a good word
Dolphins
for it.
did win every game. They won every single game and they won a championship.
A whole
Case
18
And
games.
nobody has done that since.
Yeah, or before.
Okay.
So they're the only ones that did it.
And nobody
Yeah.
cares because it's fake.
And nobody cares. Okay.
Fact check that.
Who
No one cares.
Okay.
is famous that
No,
I would
honestly, you don't even have
recognize
to
the
fact
name
check that.
of
We don't
from
care.
that team? Who's famous that I would recognize the name
Well, this
of?
is before I was born. How am I supposed to know that?
Okay. Jeff.
It's good. Although 1919 was before I was born, and
You knew
He did.
Shoeless Joe Jackson, Chick Gandil, fucking Bucky Weaver, you know.
And he's not a sports guy.
You don't even know baseball. You know these names. It's fucked up.
Because I love the movie. I actually like sports movies, which is weird because I don't like sports.
all those rows of corn, they were pretty
I'm
talented too.
melting!
The rows of corn.
What? No, I hate Wizard of Oz. What
No.
the fuck is? Oh, that. Field of Dreams. Yeah, that's fucking great.
Was that also included?
All right, let's hear yours.
I'm so glad Kevin Costner doesn't actually carry a gun in that.
Hey, just try to talk.
I picked the 2004 Red Sox, and the reason I picked them was because they broke the curse of the Bambino, the curse of Babe Ruth.
Do we have to believe in curses for this to be real?
What's the curse of Babe Ruth?
The curse of Babe Ruth is back in the days of the Black Sox scandal. The Babe Ruth was traded from the Red Sox to the Yankees, and
Candace, turn it down.
he put a curse on them called the curse of the Bambino that they would never win a World Series again. And
I know.
they had several years where the Yankees had beat them. And they had like the Bill Buckner incident in the 80s where the ball went through their legs. They had had so much bad luck over 100 years.
Okay.
The Red Sox, right? And all because of this curse, because the best player pretty much of all time got traded away 100 years ago. And the 2004 season, they had just a couple seasons before that had gotten beat by the Yankees in the playoffs. And this year in the playoffs, they were down 3-0 against them. In the ALCS, so to see who will go to the World Series. They were down 3 games, you had to win 4 games. So the Red Sox came back and won all 4 games. I remember staying up watching those games. 2 of them went into extra innings in Boston, then they went to New York and won the next 2 there. Then they went to the World Series and won the World Series, and that broke the curse. That's the...
Is there any point where this isn't boring?
Is there any point where we have to believe in curses and magic?
No, I'm just saying.
Says the massive Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
yeah.
Well, you know.
Good point.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say shit.
Says the guy that fucking believes in astrological signs. That's
Not
worse
only
than
that,
Harry Potter.
not only that, but he made it clear that I'm a level 1 or whatever, which I don't even know what that
I know,
means.
this just brings it to like
Good
Class
point.
1, class 1. You're not level 1.
class 1.
You're talking
Jesus
about
Christ.
team
Oh,
that
you've
all
been
the
schooled
law
now,
against
buddy.
them. Everyone was saying, "Oh, this is over." The curse, the better team, the Yankees, everything was against them, and they came back and they won, and
And
that
they
was
won.
pretty incredible.
Well, it was on Lost.
What? Sorry, were you talking?
Lost.
All right, I'll make mine.
Let's let Jody go.
I'll
Go.
make mine quicker. I'm not going to give you stories of black magic. I'm not going to give you stories
Aw.
of guys that end up hanging out with Kevin Costner, or people who play 18 games only in a season.
I think Jody wins already. That's
I'm going to
awesome.
give you the 1997 Detroit Red Wings. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there was a team that sucked at one time more than the Leafs, if you can believe that. And that was the Detroit
Hell,
Red
you
Wings.
say?
I know!
Speaking of the Leafs, is there like a curse on the Leafs? Because it
Sort
seems
of.
like
I don't
that's
care.
what's
There's a Toronto
happening
curse.
with
There's another curse on the Cubs.
I don't believe in
Okay.
curses,
It's
Go.
like
therefore I'm not going to argue them.
if
Okay.
you believe in like a
Hey! I'm talking. So, let me paint a picture for you, Ash.
Oh, shit.
47 fucking years they didn't win anything. Alright? The 1995-96 season comes up. They get really close. Not close enough. And then, almost like Phoenix Rising, They come.
with red wings.
They saw. And they fucking conquered. The 1996-97 season brought them a Stanley Cup for the first time in 47 years.
How did they
And
conquer?
also... Shh. Adults are talking. Now,
Who's the adult?
not only that, I don't know
We're
yet.
not sure.
I'm not even sure. Okay. But not only that, Ash. I have no curses to tell you, but I do have excellent gameplay. And they also proved one thing, which is more important than everything that all these guys have brought to the table. They don't suck as bad as the Leafs now. And that, my friends, is the point of this story.
It is.
1996-97, they brought home the first Stanley Cup in 47 years, proving that they are not as terrible
My team took it was twice as long.
Toronto Maple Leafs. Thank
Cares
you.
about the Leafs? You don't have to.
Shut up! You had a curse. I don't even care about it.
At least
We
you
don't
didn't
even
believe
need
in curses.
rebuttals.
Here's the only thing.
There's no
is
rebuttals.
Fucking the 1919 White Sox. The only reason anybody knew there was a fix on is because they lost. Because everybody was just a foregone conclusion that fucking
My team
they were
ruined it.
going to win.
Your question.
And you had no curses.
I know the question was hard, but
The question is simple. The question is,
Well, you lose now.
who's the best team ever for an individual year? How can you argue with perfection?
I'm going to...
Because there's only 18 fucking
Well,
games.
that's the sport.
I'm
18
going
fucking
to-
games.
I'm going to be banned from hosting because I'm channeling Seymour.
Oh,
And
dear
I'm going
God.
with the best story. Because I don't know shit about sports, and Jody gets it.
His was the best story.
Guys! He's the best story. I liked his story.
Thank you.
Fucking shit.
No black
Fuck.
magic. No Kevin Costner. No
No
retarded.
Kevin Costner with me either. I didn't pick Field of Fucking Dreams.
And if you have
The only
you
reason
would've
why you
won.
know the names is from Field of Fucking Dreams.
No,
No.
8 Man Out
Oh, hey man, okay.
is a far
good.
and it's a better movie.
That is good.
Actually, funny thing
Okay.
is, I was
Oh, Ash, I forgot to ask. What's our current tally right now? I
Oh,
just want to know who's in
shucks.
charge right now. Oh, I'm winning. Okay.
You're 2.
How many points do I have?
2.
How many points does Dave have?
1.
Oh, that's like double.
And
Jeff also has 1. I'd like to say I may not be married in the morning because my husband, poor man, doesn't have
He's
any
won 3
yet.
times. He's won plenty.
He's still won more than Dave ever has, and probably ever will.
it's going to be at least months before Dave ever comes close to surpassing that. It's cool. I haven't drank it since noon. It's fine.
If Kevin doesn't get into the speed round, he'll forgive me because I'll just give him a blowjob later.
Sweet.
This is where it goes.
Yeah,
I think you might.
All right, I'd like to
This is
forfeit the
where-
rest of my points.
This is where nature takes its course.
Maybe I'll mix things up and I'll look at him and go, "This is where it goes."
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and then
Kevin's like, I'm good with that.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay,
Wait.
history. Shh, I'm talking.
I'm not
History.
going to win.
He's in charge.
Who was the worst military leader of all time?
hello.
Hi.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck, this is going to go bad already. Oh,
What's the
hello.
question?
Hello.
Worst military
Shitty
leader of
military
all
leaders?
time.
Well, I got just the assortment of shitty
I would
military.
like to say you picked the same one as Jim. Jim sent in fun answers, just for fun.
Oh, okay, just for
Just for fun.
shits and
He-
giggles.
Yeah, he just
Okay.
wanted to
Well, that explains all your retarded answers.
argue a little bit. No, this was the only same.
Okay.
For this question.
I picked Adolf Hitler.
Absolutely.
Not truly a military leader in the traditional sense, but I had a state and had a government.
He was a military leader.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was.
He
I.
moved his
But the
I
question,
said-
military
the question is totally valid. She's put in
I
there
did
that it could
say-
be a prime minister or a
Well,
leader of a country
President
or
or
whatever.
leader of a country, as long as it was in a time of
pseudo-military.
war.
Hitler was actually in charge of the Reich.
Absolutely.
He was completely a
As
military
most
leader.
heads of state are
Yes.
during wartime.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Not like I meant just not a general.
He is in general.
No.
Yeah.
In general.
I'm just waiting for when you tell me how he was the worst because he.
Anyway, we're
Yeah,
cool.
he was actually
Everybody,
pretty
what
He
we're,
achieved pretty good.
what we're trying to get here is he's in
Yeah, he
general.
did pretty
We're
good.
cool with your pick.
First couple of years.
Carry on.
Military-wise, not so much.
Okay. The
Politician,
invasion
he was
of Russia
Great.
was a bad move. Would
Won
you-
pretty well for a while and then it's not good.
Then went bad.
Yeah.
It's all about the end result, Jeff.
Well, no, it's not.
No.
He was actually pretty good when he first started. And then,
It seemed like a good idea, right? How about the declaration of war on America?
they didn't declare. Oh,
He didn't declare war on
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. But
He
that's
only did
because-
after Japan did.
Yeah, no, because they declared war in Japan. So
They declared war on Japan, and then in turn, he declared war on America.
Yeah.
Didn't have to.
Yeah, he did. He had a treaty.
Well, he could have ignored it.
No, he couldn't have.
Yeah, he could have. Oh, what's Japan
That's
going
kind of
to
the
do?
whole point of a treaty.
What's Japan going to do?
Say fuck you. We're not in your
Yeah,
treaty anymore.
Japan was fairly powerful.
Being one of the highest
And
militaries in the world.
and
at the time,
nowhere
I would
near
say they
Germany.
would tell them where to stick it.
And nowhere near Germany.
Japan had a lot.
All right.
Okay.
Can we just move on from him? He doesn't even know his own topic.
I do know my own topic, and you guys are fucking full of shit.
What's Adolf's middle name?
Heinrich or something?
I don't know that.
Okay, you're out.
Gives a shit.
His
his middle
Heimlich?
name
Is it
is.
Heimlich maneuver?
Yes, he also
I know
he
the middle
invented the
name
beetle
is-
and the
I
Heimlich
know what it
maneuver.
starts with, but I don't know what it is.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm surprised.
Adolf Hitler.
I'm pretty sure it was Adolf Dickface Hitler. I'm not sure if that's
had
completely
May or may not have been a
accurate.
Jewish name.
Adolf Hitler had potentially the greatest destruction of all time in terms of being like so positioned well in a war and then letting it all slip away from him. He basically knew he was defeated in the later years of the war, right? Like probably 44 on, and basically just told his troops to go out there and to keep fighting, even though he knew he would take huge losses. Which is the what are you shaking your head at me for?
Because you're wrong.
Wasn't Hitler, didn't the war end and he was really the richest? Like, that was, he had beyond riches.
No, when the war ended, he was dead.
Well, no, I know that. He committed
The
suicide.
Nazis did.
Yeah,
Not
had
necessarily
Hitler.
What's
Okay.
that got to do with what I said though?
No, anyway, go on. I'm just listening
I
to
thought
your
you were
dumb
going
blonde
somewhere else on
answer.
Essentially, Hitler, he lost the war, even though he was positioned to win it. He made a series of calculated mistakes that cost him not only his country but his life.
He committed suicide,
Yeah, because he knew he would get captured and executed anyway.
and he didn't deserve that.
Well, he did.
Okay.
I'm not defending Adolf Hitler.
No, please
I'm saying,
don't.
if in fact, I'm attacking him
Yes.
as
the worst.
As the worst. The worst military leader of all time. He allied himself with shitty countries who were stupid.
That was really
What
great.
history lesson is this? Very
Fucking Jeff is crying
Sure,
right
that's what
now.
my grade 10 history teacher said.
Oh, yeah.
He allied
He aligned
himself with shitty countries.
shitty country.
You are aware that Japan was one of the biggest military presences at that time.
Hitler was an idiot. Japan sucked.
They were a shitty country.
Not only that, but he also aligned himself with the Russians for a long time as well.
And he had a non-aggression pact with them.
But then they ended up
That's not
splitting up.
allied with them.
No, they hated each other.
They
hated
did
each
hate
other.
each other.
And
They
then
actually
they got
did fight
rid
on
of,
the
and
same
then they
front for a
got,
certain
and
while.
then they hated each other so much. That
Yeah, but it was all for political reasons.
He didn't
Political
have to
gain.
attack.
That's what all wars
He
are.
didn't have to attack Russia. He didn't have to declare war on the United States. He didn't have to keep the war going as long as he did.
He had to declare war on the states, absolutely. He had no choice. He was in a treaty with another country that already declared war.
In wartime, he could have got away
That's
with
like saying Canada didn't
it.
have
Wasn't
to go
like
to war
Japan was going to attack
because
him.
Britain was in it. No, we had to. We're a fucking colony.
Nah. He could
Whatever. No big deal. Don't worry about it. Alright.
Sure, he could have totally
Now
done
you're
it.
fucking dumb. Alright, let's go.
It was like saying, there was a treaty after World War I where he had to pay
I think you
reparations
should lose
to the
points for being
Allies,
mean.
Your
your
dad's not that smart.
and he couldn't get out of that because of the treaty.
think
What did he
your
do,
dad's not
Jeff?
that
He
smart.
ignored it, right?
I think you're smarter
That's
than
true.
your
But
dad.
that's because that treaty was bullshit.
Well, but he
Smarter
could have
than his
ignored
dad.
the treaty. So therefore, there's a
Because he
precedent
knows
for
when to be
ignoring
quiet.
treaties. Therefore, he is the worst military leader of all time.
All right.
Bump.
He was
Almost
actually-
took over
Hitler was
Europe,
actually
but
pretty
worse.
good as far as being able to command troops. And
Yeah.
he was actually pretty good.
Actually
And
pretty
all the
good military
people he
mind.
convinced that it was proper to kill all
No,
those
he was
people.
a pretty good military
He
mind.
was
Yeah.
a great
Look at his entire
politician.
look at his entire Africa
He was-
campaign.
he was very good.
He designed
That's early
3/4
war.
of it.
That's the
All
whole
right.
thing. He had everything going well, and then he fucked it all up.
Yeah, but that's not
So
uncommon
that
for
shows
men.
he actually was pretty good. At one
No,
point.
at best, he's mediocre.
No, he was good.
At
but
best.
he failed.
But in fact, he's the worst.
I picked General George McClellan from the Civil War. He was a Union general. The reason why I picked him was because
his side won.
yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter.
it could have won a lot earlier if it had been for this fucking guy.
His side won. That's why you picked him.
No, his side won. That's why he's not the worst. Because in fact, he was on the winning side.
Because the Confederates had no good generals, like Robert E. Lee. He's not well known.
But they outnumbered them like 5-1 or something.
Yes, and this is why this guy is the worst general, because he had an insanely larger army than the Confederates, but he chose not to use it. He chose to stay bunkered down, not fight, not engage. And they just got getting into small skirmishes, and then over time, over 4 years, 5 years, hundreds of thousands of Americans needlessly died. And then Abraham Lincoln even said to George McClellan, if you will not use your army, then I shall take it from you. Like, that's the kind of general he was. He was so bad. He didn't even use his army, and I guess you could think of it as admirable, but at the same time, he didn't even do his job. So you're talking about someone who's the worst military leader. Talk about a guy who didn't even do his job and got hundreds of thousands of people needlessly killed.
It can't be fun
in
to
one
drink
of the
out of.
gruesome
It actually is
conflicts in
crazy
American
fun to
history,
drink
so
out of.
I don't know what more I need to say. Other than
All right. Jody.
Did you just take a picture of your brother and his squinty eyes?
No, I took a picture of the
Oh,
cock glass.
The cock
Cock
glass.
glass?
Yeah.
Fucking balls.
I squinted.
Cock and
eyes.
balls.
What do you say?
Give it a bit of a tickle. There you go.
For those who don't know, there's this glass here, if you haven't figured it out already, and it looks,
Like a cock?
yes.
Are you sure that looks like a cock, Amy?
Like
I
a
don't
cock?
think- I don't think
it
your
also
son
kind of
can
looks
say
like a
the C
horn.
word.
Like a German
What?
horn.
It's supposed to look like a German horn. That's what
But
it is.
it doesn't.
That's what
No,
it's
that's balls in a cock.
supposed
That's
to
balls.
be.
It's
See,
easy.
you're
It's even got a
totally
little
right.
slight curve.
Yeah, I
right?
told
Like
you I
it's
was
even got the
right.
little curve.
Kinda looks
It's
like
the
a
cock
Fucking
cup.
awesome.
Kinda looks
It
like a
is
what?
awesome.
Yeah, but not because it's a
Have you
horn.
ever wondered, like, if our dicks
That doesn't look like a boot at all. It looks like
Can
a
you
cock and
imagine if
balls.
your
Stop.
dick was
Stop.
curved like that? Where would
saying-
you
No, no,
touch?
stop.
Cock and balls. That's all I see.
Just stop. no, Dave.
No,
It's
Dave.
a little thin here.
It would be practical,
If
but it
it-
would squirt you in the
If
face.
the dick is curved, why
This thing
is
keeps squirting me in the face.
vagina
It's weird.
curved?
The vagina is
It
curved.
depends on how
If
the
your
dick is
penis
curved.
was curved this way, it would be a perfect cock.
But is there a curve to the
All right, can we move on to Jody?
Does it go up or down? Because depending on the
No,
way
it would go.
going.
It goes up.
Kind of.
Here, would you like me to draw a picture of a vagina for you, Dave?
I think the episode is getting away
All
on
right,
us.
worst military leader. I'm going to make it really short and sweet. George W. Bush. Do I need to really
No,
explain
you
this?
don't really
no,
need
I
to
don't.
explain
Thank you. Bye. Next.
All right, I picked Emperor Hirohito,
Oh, wow.
the Japanese leader during World War II.
Yeah, the emperor that said, "Hey, go fly blades into things."
Go find way into the shit.
Exactly. Fuck.
Because not only does he lose people, he also
First of
loses
all, it's his choice to fucking attack the states in the first place and bring them really into the war.
Well, that's the only reason.
They were into the war before. Just
not heavy.
they were
Not
yes, they
really.
were. They were giving aid.
Yeah.
And they were building ships, and the British were leasing the ships from the States. The States was in the war before they were really in the war, but fucking Japan brought them really into the fucking war. And but the hallmark of a good military leader is that he's able to inspire his troops. First of all, they only listened to him when they wanted to, his fucking generals. So the first atomic bomb is dropped because he says, we will fucking die before we ever give up, even though the fucking war is lost. It's lost at that point, right? Anybody can tell it's lost, and even they know it's lost, and they're like, fuck it, we're going to fight and die until the end. First bomb is dropped. First atomic bomb. Boom. He goes, holy fuck. They got atomic bombs. No, I'm paraphrasing. But he says, holy fuck.
Something like that.
Then he goes to his leader, his generals, and he
unless you can
goes,
say
we need to fucking surrender because holy shit, we're getting fucked up here, and they're way more powerful than
This
us.
isn't an
His
outside
generals
argument.
go, fuck you, we're not surrendering. Boom. He's a terrible fucking leader.
Just saying.
He's the worst leader because his fucking generals listen to him when they want to listen to him, and they don't listen to him when they don't want to listen.
But my basic understanding of the Japanese, particularly at that time, was that
you don't have a basic understanding of anything.
The emperor was the leader of the military.
No,
at
not
that
just
time.
that. The emperor was basically
A god.
A god.
Yes.
Right.
The people.
And still, his generals would not listen to him.
My military leader was
unless he agreed with them, they wouldn't listen.
His gene pool was so bad that his dad armed the people that he ended up fighting.
The worst military leader is one that cannot control his military, and the Japanese emperor was the leader of that fucking military, and he could not control it in any fucking way. His decisions were just either they were if they went with what the generals wanted, they used him. To fucking to let them, he used them to say yes, that's what we want to do, and if they disagreed with his decisions, they fucking said fuck you. And then when he finally did the surrendered, he fucking General MacArthur used him to fucking bring the rest of the country along with the Americans. He's just a fucking puppet leader. He was totally ineffective in any fucking way. He was the leader of the military. Nobody fucking listened to him. Nobody cared what he had to say.
Were willing to die for him.
Yeah.
George W. Bush couldn't point on a map where he was attacking.
But his generals were like, fuck you, we're going to do what we want. So we'll listen to you if it suits us. And if it doesn't suit us, we won't listen to it. And the only reason that Hirohito was never charged with war crimes is because MacArthur used him to win over the fucking Japanese people. He's totally ineffective. He's the leader of that fucking military, but nobody listens to him. And that's the worst fucking leader. Nobody listens to you.
Yeah, but you didn't fight. You didn't.
I didn't have to argue.
I'm going to give it to Kevin.
Because he argued it.
And I'm right.
He had a great argument, and he had the worst leader, not the stupidest leader.
Mine was stupid.
Agreed.
I know.
Wild card. All right, best book series ever written. I've got to say, and I may be spoiling, I can't believe nobody picked Harry Potter, considering we're going with Jeff.
All right, I picked the Dan Brown trilogy, which is the Da Vinci
Jesus
Code.
fucking Christ.
Yeah.
That's a great
The Angels and Demons and the Lost Symbol.
Do we have to hear any more?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking
Just
about...
for the simple fact that I love Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
I don't think they're the best. I enjoyed them.
Talk about Robert
But I don't
Langdon
think
as a
they're the
character
best.
is kind of interesting, the way we get to learn about the world and about history through his eyes. I see Kevin just cringing as I say. That's true. You know,
this is from a guy that enjoyed all of those.
So why are you cringing?
Because they're not good.
They are good.
They're entertaining.
They're entertaining, but they're not.
If you want to
But
pick up a book
entertaining is
and
what
read
makes a
Lord of
good-
the Rings,
A book good.
Bad.
that's a hard, tough task. If you want to pick up something and just read a cool, fun thriller where you get to learn some shit that's
No
probably
one
made
picked
up
Lord of the
anyway,
Rings either.
it's probably pretty
No
cool.
one picked Lord of the
You
Rings.
know, and
I was going to, and then I'm like, no.
you know,
Would you
like,
be
I'd
able to
rather
argue Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I've read them all.
Oh, really?
I'd
Have you
rather
read The
read
Hobbit?
about Robert Langdon running around Vatican City or running from Opus Dei and crazy Vatican people than, you know, like,
I think we can all
Lord of
I
the
like
Rings.
all of those books, and I almost feel guilty for it. I don't know why, but I do.
I remember.
I don't know why.
To cry
I
for
remember
you?
somebody referring to that series
And
as being a
I'm
smart
gonna argue
person's
for Jeff
Twilight.
for a minute, which I know is
They're
not
good books.
right
I'll
because
give you
I'm
that.
the
They're good
host.
books. I
Actually,
was
that.
totally entertained by them.
Books don't have to be.
They're good
Books-
books.
A
I'm not
book
saying that they're
series
not.
doesn't have to be great just because it's a literary masterpiece.
No, of
No,
course
that's
not.
true.
Of course not. And I enjoyed. I read all of those, and I enjoyed them. But for some reason, I feel a little guilty saying that. I don't know why.
Defying fucking gravity is what I'm doing.
Are you Wicked?
Huh?
No.
No.
Get it.
Do you mean like that terrible play?
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a song.
Sorry, I'm not a
Defying
mater.
Gravity.
I'm not a mater.
No, you're not.
I have
Anyway, Robert
pretty big
Langdon.
balls.
Tom Hanks is awesome. The movies are awesome. I can't wait for the third
Oh, is
one.
Tom Hanks in the book?
No,
I
he-
forgot. I forgot where Tom
But he's
Hanks.
talking
No,
about it
no.
being turned into a movie.
The third book is about. It's not announced yet, but it should be.
I haven't read
soon.
the third book yet.
Which one's the third one?
The Lost Symbol. It's the set in
Lost
DC.
Symbol.
Yeah. I've read the first two. They're
Where does
pretty good.
Deception
They're
Point come in?
Isn't he
Deception
writing a
Point is
fourth
just-
one?
That's the one that's completely not Langdon, though, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a fourth Langdon book coming.
Boring. Let's move on.
Okay. Well, I like to see what.
Not
Oh
my
my god,
answer, therefore
David's
everyone's
turning
wrong.
into Jody.
No shit.
He only wants to be.
Okay, I'm good.
Only
All right.
less winningly.
Jody. What was your book series?
Mine was Discworld.
I don't even know what that is.
That's the only one
That
I
is a
haven't
shame
read.
you don't know that. Because if anybody would enjoy it, it would be you.
I'll look it up.
Discworld
about it.
is a series that's done by Terry Pratchett. It's, I think they're on 26 books now.
Your cock's empty.
It's all over the fucking place, yeah. It spawned numerous video games in the 90s and 80s. It's... Stop playing with the cock.
Kind of like a boot.
Stop playing with the cock.
It's not like a boot at all. It's balls at a cock.
It's balls in a cock for sure.
But
And a place
it-
where you can
Like
drink.
the heel, right?
Like, see,
It's
now,
not at all
now
like
I'm
that.
erect. Now I'm flaccid. Now I'm erect. Now I'm flaccid.
Right.
We should
the,
go back
the more
to
I
talking
drink, the
about
more erect
the
I
Alright,
get.
anyway,
clock
Discworld.
and how it should be revised.
The reason why Discworld is great is
What
Everybody
the fuck
That
is
in your mouth, I
Discworld?
will
Discworld
die.
is a Terry Pratchett fantasy novel series.
You say Terry Pratchett doesn't mean anything.
What did she just do?
That's a terrible
Fuck, did I
shame that you're
miss
not that
something good?
Oh, she made me snort.
Okay, are we done deep throating it? Can I talk now?
No, do it again.
Because I really don't want to see it.
Anyway, go ahead.
Go.
All right. Terry Pratchett is an English writer, kind of in the same way of, for instance, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Very same type of humor. They're fucking great, actually. I never thought of that. I could have picked those. But I think Discworld's better. Discworld obviously has a lot more content because of the amount of books. It's set in a fantasy world that's basically a world that's on the back of a turtle floating through space.
This is fucking
Alright.
shit.
And no, it's actually quite an interesting fantasy series. But what makes it interesting is the tons of dry British humor in it. You know, there's, for instance, in the first book, which is Color of Magic, there's a character who's a complete jackass, and he's, which I guess I can relate.
His name must be Jody.
Like, I didn't see that one coming. But the...
I was gonna make it if she was.
I figured. Somebody was, anyway. But, for instance, there's this one scene where this guy is trying to describe this valiant kind of knight guy who's a complete prick. And he goes, you know, this is the kind of guy who will run up a mountain in the middle of a thunderstorm and yell at God for being such an asshole. Like, it's just those kind of stupid little, funny little quirks of British humor that just makes it... It's an interesting story, and it's a story that spans across multiple... You don't actually technically have to read every book to really get what's going on. And yes, there are some storylines that span the books, but they are all independent as well. You could read them out of order, and you wouldn't really be missing much. But there are some things that do kind of tie in. What makes it interesting is the vast array of characters that are in there. The premise is just ridiculous, but fun in the same way. You know, like, it's a universe on the back of a turtle floating through space. What?
It sounds like an old creation story they adapted for sci-fi.
No, it doesn't. But anyway, and you're dumb. Sorry, I had to put that in there. Overall, it's a great series. It's spanned multiple volumes at this point. Well renowned. Tony Pratchett, probably one of the best British creators in probably recent history, anyway. And if you haven't read it, you probably should.
All right. Kevin?
Actually, it doesn't.
The fucking Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is so
Hilarious.
awesome.
Douglas Adams.
It is so. I don't even really. I've read it a few times. It's one of only 2 books I've ever read more than once, and I still don't know really what's going on. Every time I read it, there's more to it.
It's very vast, yeah. For sure.
And fucking this.
Now, how many books are in your series?
It's as if 5.
You're right. It's 6.
Is it 6?
Then he's not right.
The
It's
sixth
written by
one
somebody else.
Was notes by Douglas Adams, but
That were
written by
Written
someone else,
somebody else.
adapted by someone else.
Yeah, I can't remember who the guy
And
that
it
did
came out only 6 years ago.
And it also doesn't exist. One of the best fucking things
No, I just
about
wanted to
this
see if
book
you'd go for
is
it.
Marvin getting to figure out what life is all about, and he looks through the telescope, and all it says is "sorry for the inconvenience," and then he smiles. Like it's fucking incredible. Oh god, it's like what the universe would be if the entire universe was fucking British. It's so good. Things like the Babel fish. It's so good. Everything is like his description of why God doesn't fucking prove his existence is God doesn't prove his existence because God's existence is predicated on faith. So if he proved his existence, faith would go away and he would no longer exist.
Yeah.
Like it's that kind
It's
of
a good series.
all of that is and that's
not
through the
Desperate,
whole
but it's a good
book.
series.
He goes on a tangent about how to make a pan-galactic gargle blaster for like fucking 3 pages, and you're enthralled. It's got nothing to do with the story, but you're enthralled with how to do that. It's incredible. It's just an incredible book. At the beginning, you've got Arthur Dent worrying that his house is going to be destroyed. But it doesn't matter.
Because the whole fucking planet's gonna get killed.
Because it's being demolished for a bypass. And then it turns out it's actually his home. The entire fucking planet is being demolished for a bypass. Like I said, it's as if the whole world was British. I mean, you got a cow in the restaurant at the end of the universe that comes up and wants to be eaten. I can't even explain the thing about this book is I can't even explain it. These books, I can't even explain them. They're so fucking vast, and you've got to read them fucking like 10 times to absorb it all. It's pure genius. All the writing is just pure fucking genius.
All right, Dave.
Do you need music for this?
I picked a Song of Ice and Fire.
He's read the wikis.
You read the wikis.
I've read the wikis. I've listened to an audiobook, and I've done extensive research on this universe. A Song of Ice and Fire is, of course, the what's better known as the Game of Thrones universe, which
That was
has been
the first
adapted
book.
to HBO. Game of Thrones being the first novel in the series. This is an extensive universe, which I admire extensively. I have the trump card, Ashley. A world that is built upon multiple realms, multiple houses. The children of the forest that first settled that continent of Westeros, with the Andals coming over thousands of years ago in the Age of
Is there any
Heroes.
walking trees?
No, there's no walking trees. The main action of the series takes place in the continent of Westeros. And we also have the continent of Essos, right? Which features mainly
He's
the
explaining the whole universe of Game of
He's gonna have to because she watched some of it and went, not for me.
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a fan? Well, let me tell you.
I'm not saying I'm not a fan.
David's become Chris.
It's not what I'm saying. Keep going.
This is a world that has
Bored.
that fuck off. You have a world that is based around feudal England.
How he has
basically.
lived.
I read the
Very
first book
much,
and then
right?
decided it wasn't worth my
It's based
time
around
anymore.
like feudal society of like the Middle Ages. This incredible hardship
I
that people
enjoyed
have to get through.
those
That
I liked
it's
it,
the seasonalities seem to matter.
and Demons is my
That
favorite.
life and death has real
It was a good
consequences.
It was actually a really good
That
book, too.
defending a stronghold like a castle, what that entails, and how alliances really work. Like they have to write books about the other books just to cover like everything that's involved with this.
Have you read every single book in your series?
No.
Have you?
I've only read the first one.
Have you?
Hell no. You know, I don't have that kind of time.
Have you?
I have no.
I
Interesting.
will give him that.
Me want to
None of
actually
them-
read
All the
them.
ones written
read
by the
every
author,
single-
I've read.
I got fucking so many books. I don't even think I have time to read them all. That's how vast the universe of my book series is.
My books are even more vast than his.
The problem is
It's
you guys
layer
are
upon
arguing
layer.
the best book series, and you haven't read all of the books in your series.
When I read a book, I usually am done with it when I'm done reading it. Hitchhiker's Guide, all of the first 5, I have read more than once. and it's the only book series that I've ever read more than once.
He
And
hasn't
the only
completed it, though.
other book that I've ever read more than once was 1984. Other than that, that's it. And fucking every time I listen to or read fucking Hitchhiker's Guide, I get something different out of it. It's such a genius work that
Nowhere
it's,
close to
every time
finishing
you
line.
read it, it's like the first time reading it again.
Why is between Kevin, Jeff, and Dave,
So I'm out.
why is
Yeah.
yours
That's right, bitches.
better than each other's? Like, why is it a better book series? You have to have done all of it. So if you've only listened to the first one, it's not the same as listening to how many Ice and Fire?
There's-
Is it Ice and Song?
Song of Ice and Fire.
How many are there? 5 now?
6.
6.
6?
There's
Oh,
gotta
that's
be.
right.
But you've only listened to
Seven's
2?
1.5.
1.5.
So you
Now it
read
got
as much
bigger.
as I have, and then you got bored.
But I know everything.
Like me.
Okay.
Bored.
So why do you know
But I know
everything, and why is
everything
it better
because it's a
than theirs?
show now. You know
I'm
everything.
not going based on the show.
Yeah, if the show didn't exist, you wouldn't know shit.
Doesn't matter.
Even your brothers beat.
That of course fucking matters.
But
doesn't matter.
If-
Irrelevant.
which one have you read? Da Vinci
Da
Code?
Vinci Code, yeah.
So if
Oh, if he had made the movies, he wouldn't know about his shit.
He wouldn't. Which
It's
one?
not a movie question, you dingus.
Yeah, but
There's more than
it's
one.
not a popular series. Let's move on.
It is a
What?
series.
It's not a popular
you
series.
rented a
When I
classic
said
movie?
my answer is 42, everybody knew what I was fucking talking about.
Are you writing?
I'm going with Kevin because he's read more of
Fucking
the series
believable.
than
You're
you
mad at
guys
yourself.
have.
No, you're not arguing now. You won.
I'm still shocked.
Even when he wins, he goes, "That's unfucking believable."
This is bullshit.
No, that's my line.
How can but what's unbelievable is for him to say that.
All right, on to the speed round. We're down to Jody and Kevin. What trilogy's third movie was better than the first 2?
Well, with Marty McFly there, the
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Thank you.
The third
You
one
think
was
the third
better
one
than
was
the
better than the
first
first one?
2?
Yep.
Wasn't the third one in the cowboy
The
version?
Old West. Yeah.
Oh my
it's
god, that
fucking
was a terrible
so
fucking
good.
movie.
Did you just say terrible movie?
Terrible
Get
movie.
out.
Bite my
You
ass.
out. It's fucking a great movie.
Well, we don't really have an argument unless Jody can do better.
I'm just trying to think of one. Let him argue. While
So much better. It's
Really?
better.
yeah.
I can't believe you can't come up with a third movie that's better than the first 2.
It's
'cause
better.
I can.
It's better than the
Jedi?
It's so. It's
No.
Jedi is not better than Empire. Fuck you.
Okay, Kevin,
I
start
don't-
while Jody thinks.
Oh fuck! I don't even know why. It just is better. You've got the fucking
There was a lot more steampunk stuff in that one.
what? Steampunk didn't even exist then. What's the matter with you?
But it's true if you remember all the things that.
No.
Yeah.
The whole.
You suck. Shut up. Fuck you.
I'm completely drawing a blank.
The fucking wild, like them in the Wild West and trying to figure out how to fucking get the car up to 88 miles an hour in the fucking Wild West is just awesome. The whole fucking I
What is this?
I have a point to make.
go.
Gasoline actually did exist in 1885.
It was actually not that expensive either.
Yeah, they could have got it.
Very easy.
That's great, but we're talking about the
But
movie,
it
not
wasn't-
reality.
The whole reason wasn't because they couldn't get gasoline.
The whole reason
Gasoline-
It
Well,
was
it's
actually because
because-
they couldn't get gasoline. That's why they couldn't get the car up to 88 miles an hour.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because they couldn't get.
The whole thing was yes, we
The whole
had
thing
the
was-
Mr. Fusion, but we the engine runs
Right.
on gasoline.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
The time circuits ran on Mr. Fusion.
Yeah.
but the engine run on regular gasoline, and we
Always
don't
has,
have
Marty.
regular gasoline.
And
But
But that doesn't make it a worse movie. Why does it make it a better movie?
well, that doesn't make it a better movie. But it's a fucking
it's a good movie.
I don't know. Just the whole Wild West part of it is. It's imaginative. It's. I don't know how to argue it. It just fucking is better. It's.
Because I say so.
Okay, Jody.
I don't know how to argue it. I really don't know how to argue it.
I've drawn a blank. I have no idea.
Forfeit.
Can't think of it.
Well,
Forfeit.
fucking lucky for me.
It has to be like a fully trilogy.
Oh, I can think of one that's even.
I know.
You know exactly what I'm thinking.
What I'm thinking.
Yeah.
you tell me
The worst thing is you guys are gonna say it, and I'm gonna go fuck.
Yes, you are. If you don't
What's the
think
third
of
Harry
it,
Potter movie?
gives a shit about Harry Potter.
cares.
Fuck you.
No one
Harry
cares.
Prisoner of
Potter.
Azkaban.
I know exactly.
I would argue that.
I have the trump
never
card
watched them
in
all.
my fucking mind right now.
But you didn't say it. So
I didn't
Jody
say it.
can come
No,
up with
and
it.
I'm not gonna say
You've
it.
got it.
No, I'm not.
Jody couldn't argue Prisoner of
Ah,
Azkaban
there's-
because
No.
he hasn't seen it.
No, you're giving up?
Forfeit?
You're gonna have to.
Fucking Last Crusade.
Oh, for
Indiana
fuck!
Jones.
That would have worked.
It would have worked.
100%.
It's arguable, but yeah.
The funny
I mean, he
thing
wouldn't
is,
even have to argue. He could have just said Last Crusade and I would have lost.
When
Kevin
I-
would have went. All right.
When I came
Yep.
up with that question, my thought was between those two movies. So TV. Who's the better assimilator, Borg or Cybermen?
Or Cybermen are shit in comparison.
I don't even know how you argue either of them.
You be smart.
Are you gonna argue them or
Yes,
no?
by Candace, I am not.
You see, if we give it up, if you give it up, we're equal again anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it up. I don't know how to
Okay.
argue it.
I could argue that.
I know.
Most iconic movie, horror movie score.
Halloween.
Horror movie. Does
Horror.
Jaws count as a horror movie?
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
think so.
Jaws
Absolutely.
does? Then Jaws.
Yeah.
Okay,
Horror movie, yeah.
argue.
I win.
That's weird.
Jaws
Why?
is because it fucking is. I don't even know how to argue it. It just is. Dun-na, dun-na, dun-na. It's way
Oh,
more
no.
iconic.
You hear Halloween, you cringe every time you hear that. It's just terrible.
But iconic?
yeah, it is
Fucking
iconic.
no.
If you hear that, if you
What's
hear
the
score-
what's the Halloween one?
and it's like that.
All right, dun-na,
Yeah, whatever.
dun-na,
Dun-na.
dun-na. Fucking no contest. No fucking contest for iconic. Jaws.
Halloween.
No way.
I'm gonna need to vote on this one because they barely argued that shit.
Well, how do you argue that?
You can't
I don't
really
know-
argue a
I don't know
score.
how you
It's pretty
argue. Fucking Jaws. Jaws is more recognizable.
I think
I don't think
I have to go with him.
100%.
That's the only one
Way
I
more
recognize. I don't know-
recognizable.
I kind of know what you're
Way
talking
more
You're not old enough to even
recognizable.
watch my movie.
Way more recognizable than Halloween.
When you think horror, you
Okay.
think Ripper movie. Ripper movie is Halloween.
That's why I asked if
Most-
Jaws counted, and I was said
most
yes.
Iconic, easily recognizable.
I'd probably say Jaws.
Jaws is
Jaws more iconic. Close, but not like Halloween's anything to.
I can't even in my mind think about what Halloween
Fuck, I'm
is.
creeped out every time I hear it.
Yeah, but you're creeped out by
I can't
your
hear it in
diet.
my
Don't
head.
buy it, but is it the most iconic? Like the easily recognizable?
I think like the
More
the
Seriously,
Jaws?
the only thing, the only
second one.
movie, not just horror movie, the only movie that gives fucking Jaws a run for its money for most iconic is the Imperial March. It's the only thing that
It's not
gives
really
it.
a horror movie though.
No, it's not. But
He meant
I
to say
asked.
horror
I
movie.
asked before I started whether it was a fucking
Psycho.
whether it was a horror movie or not, and I was told yes.
But if you
Yeah,
And
can,
but as far as
Absolutely.
Jaws,
you recognize-
as far as Jaws is
Thriller,
concerned,
recognize
as far as just regular movies, the only thing more iconic than Jaws is gotta be the Imperial March. Other than that, you don't even have a fucking argument. There's
it's not
nothing.
even really a score. It's more of
Nothing.
a sound effect. It's like a looping sound.
What do I think?
Yeah.
I agree with Jaws. It's
All right,
far
then it's
more
going to Kevin.
recognizable.
Okay, sports. Should pro athletes be allowed to compete in the Olympics?
No.
Shh. You're not even in the thing.
Shut the fuck up. Yes. Because it'll make the
No.
because it'll make the Olympics fucking interesting. It's not interesting otherwise. Nobody cares about it.
The Olympics is a showcase of athletes, and to showcase athletes, I must be people that I haven't seen before, which I see these people all the time playing pro sports. And I think if you're going to have Olympic talent, or at least call it talent, I think it has to be people who don't do this on a regular basis, and it's not their job. These are people that are doing it just out of the sport of it. They're not doing it to be paid. They're doing it to be the best. And I think that's what the Olympic Games are.
Think about hockey in the Winter Olympics. Nobody gave a shit about it until we started letting pro athletes do it. Nobody cared. Nobody gives a shit. The reason they started using pro athletes...
We're talking the whole Olympics.
The reason... I know. And the only reason people watch the Olympics still is because they allow pro athletes now.
No, I don't think that's true.
It is fucking true. Nobody cares about the amateur athletes.
Watch just to see the games.
And as far as the Olympics is concerned, it's all about who's watching. It's all about who's watching. It's about making money.
Well, of course it's about making money, but that's not originally the principle of it. And I think to show
originally, no, that's not the principle of it. But that's what it is now.
Do this for a living all the time.
I vote Jody.
Who do you vote?
I vote Jody too.
Jody's got the majority.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I wasn't focusing there.
That's all right, man.
I was focusing on this beer can.
I think we're back to tied again.
You're tied.
All right.
Fucker.
Bigger influence on the world today. World War I or World War II?
2. You can't argue that.
I can argue that.
You may be able to argue it.
Start arguing it.
All right. World War II created a lot of the technologies that you have now. I've actually already covered this in another podcast. You have nuclear fusion, which was generated from World War II. You also have various networking protocols that ended up conforming to make stuff to prevent stuff like World War III because of World War II. Radar, for instance, was invented for use strictly for that type, especially certain forms of sonar. Various planet technology was also developed for that. For instance, very simple computers were also developed during World War II to deal with code breaking, all that stuff. Military weapons. It goes on and on.
X-ray, microwave.
Oh yeah, there's tons of shit.
Lots of things were developed during World War II, but it is widely considered the only reason that World War II was able to happen was due to the treaties that were the treaties and restrictions that were put in place after World War I. The only reason Germany was able to rise was the only reason that Hitler was able to rise in Germany is because of World War I and
Absolutely.
because of all of the shit that happened during World War.
So what was the question again, sir?
What's
most
more
influential on today? World War I or World War II?
It's still World War II. The technology that we advanced from World War II is a lot of the technology.
Technology went a long way from World War I to World War II as well, especially air
helicopters, for instance, being one of them,
and air. The air war, no more trench war.
A lot of your modern protocols.
Trench war was the big thing in World War I, but in World War II there was no more trench
nuclear
war.
Weapons. List goes on and on. I can't go through the list of everything that we've gotten from World War II, but World War II definitely had much higher technical advancement because obviously A, it happened after, but B, we also had a more global scale war, which ended up having to develop more technologies such as better flight, tanks that were better. Yeah, tanks existed in World War I, but the tanks that we have today are based on World War II technology. Some of them haven't even changed. So it's, when you look at weapons, military, all that progressed much heavier in World War II, and it had to do it quicker as well. And with that, you also have all the technologies such as electronics technology, a lot of the standard technology that we have now, even some of the stuff that you have in that iPad right there were originally designed and conceived during World War II times.
Speed round, make a decision.
Anything else to say?
Wi-Fi, for instance.
Jody.
Town.
Jody.
I also vote Jody.
All right.
Because seriously,
That
that's the
wasn't
truth. World War II was much more influential.
So Jody,
That
what
was
was
one of
it
those whoever
again?
got that
Really
first.
hard for me to argue World War I.
Okay.
Okay, wild card. Who's more useless? Stormtroopers or red shirts?
Stormtroopers.
Wait, red shirts?
Star Trek.
Star Trek.
Original series Star Trek.
Yeah, even the original series, red shirts could still shoot at shit.
No, they die
Did they?
before they even have a chance.
No, not all of them.
Always.
Most-
Always.
No.
Always.
Most of them died. I will grant.
And
you
if
that.
they shoot, they miss. Always. They die. They're the
No,
fucking
they killed
worst.
people.
No, they're the
They
worst.
did.
They're worse than stormtroopers. There's less of them. There's fucking less of them. And they're more useless.
They have less armor.
They never do anything.
The useless of stormtroopers are on a greater scale because of the mass numbers they have and how stupid they are. They are
Same with red
absolutely
shirts.
retardedly
They
dumb.
fucking walk around and go, duh, what do I do now? I get shot, apparently.
And they get
That's
banged-
fucking-
and
no.
they bang their heads in doors.
Yeah, that's true. They do.
Fucking,
They can
no
blow it up
way.
more than anything.
Stormtroopers are cloned. We all know it. At
Some
least
of them.
Cloned from somebody epic.
Not
Fucking
Jango Fett
red
wasn't that
shirts.
great.
Red shirts,
So-
come on. Are you fucking kidding me?
Red shirts at least had a purpose on the
Yeah,
Enterprise
to
prior
die.
to away teams.
To die.
They did things.
They even
All
died on the
Stormtroopers
Enterprise.
did was stand around and wait for orders, and then when they got their orders, they went, tried to shoot at shit, never hit anything, and then
you guys
still
shot.
let Luke get away.
By red shirts, you're meaning original series.
Absolutely.
But
fucking
the original red
security
shirt guys
officers.
were walking around the.
Yes.
They were walking around the
original
Enterprise.
series, because red shirts in Next Generation.
Fuck,
We're
they didn't
actually
even
fine.
know how to act.
Right.
They didn't have to
Commanders.
because they just
Like,
died.
They were command.
But we can all agree that there were red shirts walking around the Enterprise doing various Enterprise things when they weren't on away.
But I think
teams.
she's
Which
meaning the
means they were
fucking
doing
security
shit.
officers
No, she
that
just
go.
said useless.
Oh,
That's
are
all
you
she said.
Fucking kidding me?
So when it comes to useless, the difference is at least the guys that were red shirts.
You're
that
telling
were
me
away
on the
teams-
Death Star,
We're
the
telling you.
fucking
Walking around for
stormtroopers
security,
did
too.
nothing.
Did you see the first fucking Star Wars? They blew it up with a fucking exhaust vent.
But
And
the stormtroopers
didn't
did
shoot
nothing.
shit. They had fucking turrets up their asses and they couldn't hit anything.
But they don't do
And they had
anything.
fucking turrets!
They don't do it. How many red shirts have saved the fucking Enterprise? Fucking
All the
none.
countless men and women who were in red shirts that weren't on away teams, who did various things like garbage collection, they did stuff like
And you don't
food
think stormtroopers
preparation.
do that on the
Stormtroopers
fucking...
don't do shit. That's why they had
Who
droids
does
to
garbage
jackass.
collection then?
The droids,
Droids?
you even saw that. You saw that in the first one. You
Fuck.
already fucked yourself on
Fucking
this.
bullshit.
Dun dun, Jody.
I don't really. Can you go back? Can you?
You're done. All right. What about you?
Uh,
Red shirts did things. Stormtroopers.
Yeah,
did.
they died.
Jody.
Yeah, they
And
did
missed
eventually.
shit.
But what?
Jody.
In the actual episodes, what did you see the red shirts
They
do?
were always in the background working on shit. They're
Well,
fixing
No,
stuff.
never.
Oh, yeah,
There were
absolutely.
two kinds of red shirts.
On the
Well,
And
original-
Ashley's meaning you're meaning the fucking guys that go on the away
Away
missions and fucking die.
Those guys
Basically die.
They mostly
Okay,
died.
well, they were part of Operation Block the Phasers.
That's the same as Operation Get Behind
Yeah.
the Darkies.
Exactly. And obviously they proved useful because Kirk never died.
No, sorry, Operation Human
Spock never
Shield.
died. McCoy never died. And anybody who wasn't wearing a red shirt died. They are fucking heroes, my friend. And you can't say that about the fucking short.
They're not
Because
fucking
all they
heroes.
do is shoot at shit. And
All
hit
they
fucking
do is
walls.
die. They
Darth
don't
Vader
even do
never
anything.
Huh?
Darth Vader never
Darth
died.
Vader was never really in front, behind.
And
any
he
of
wasn't
those
really a
stormtroopers.
trooper. He was not
Think
really
about
Was
a
he
it.
trooper.
really not? Because I remember
Even when
scenes
he-
where he was behind
Even the first
stormtroopers.
scene of Star Wars where they board Leia's ship, stormtroopers walk in,
At least-
and eventually he fucking
At
shows
least
up.
stormtroopers.
And he also has the Imperial Guard, which is the red version of the stormtroopers, which were actually very competent, and you never saw them do anything, but they were competent.
At least
And
stormtroopers form some kind of resistance.
When
So
did Darth-
not only
You
am
have
I
to-
giving you an
like,
argument
the
of
fucking
how they were
Red Shirts
useful
had
on the
no
ship,
resistance
I've given you an
whatsoever.
argument of how they were useful on the away team as well, because they were cannon fodder. They were the pawns.
They were
so to
If
speak.
you want
Shield.
cannon fodder, that's the
Exactly.
fucking red shirts. That's it. They're useless.
I'm telling
Fucking at least the stormtroopers.
No,
there was
the red
enough of
shirts
them.
were useful.
At least there was enough of them
But
to
those are
fucking
different
form
from
some
Imperial
kind of resistance.
Let me ask you a
There's
question.
not fucking red shirts. Are you
Let me ask
kidding me?
you a
What's the
question.
matter with you? Come on now.
No, you're
What?
retarded.
What?
He's retarded.
I am enjoying the
Oh, my
ride.
vote is Jody.
Teddy.
You're all retarded.
I think I might have to give it to.
He's just gonna give you a pity vote. I'm just telling you that right
Yeah,
now.
if you
Shut the fuck
Pity
up.
vote.
Uh,
Kevin's told me.
you want for
to shut the
Operation
fuck
Block
up.
the Phasers? I gotta
It was
go.
Operation Block the Phasers. Telling you,
Meat
it's like-
shields.
Fucking ridiculous.
What's your vote?
Block the
I vote
face.
Jody. I do think he made it a bigger argument too.
Jody, it is.
I win, bitches!
You win.
Look at this guy. He's like, you're definitely gonna be a blowjob tonight.
What, Jody is? I
No.
Jody wins.
Again, that's two in a row,
Okay,
by the
we're
way.
gonna say our goodbyes.
Anyway, we gotta do
Two
the
in a row for
goodbyes.
me.
So,
Bye, bitches.
for this episode, I'm Dave Mater.
I'm Dave Mater.
I believe I might be Dave Mater.
I am also Dave Mater.
And Jeff is not here, but he is also Dave Mater.
And I am Mater, but I was pretty sure I was David.
Wow, you just fucked that
At
up,
one
didn't you?
point, you were Dave Mater.
I
Oh!
guess this segment.
In sperm form, in case you didn't
I know
understand that.
You're kind of wiggly and pretty small.
I know.
He came out of my dick, folks.
Oh, he is scarred for life
There's
now.
something here,
Scarred
right?
for life.
David's like, great. I just heard that I came out of my dad's dick. Awesome.
Well, only half of it.
Only half of it. That's even better.
The
No,
awesome
that was
half.
the one that
The awesome
wasn't
half,
too
Eamon.
stupid to lose its way.
All right,
But Amy, you won the race.
all right. Turn it off. We're done.
Lose its way.